Well, Kyle, hope for a speedy recovery, brother. We're going to miss you, son. All right, let's start it from the top here. Should we clap in unison or whatever? What is Alicia printing right now?
What is she printing?
Connery Curious. Science. Last Crusade. You only live twice. And the Anderson tapes. Murder on the Orient Express. You never know what the wheel's gonna spin next. Marty and a woman of straw. An older man in Africa. We are curious of the filmography of Sir Sean Connery.
All right.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
I'm ready. You ready?
Yeah, are you nervous? What's going on?
I'm so nervous. I perform in front of Andrew Lima.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Okay.
Mario Lima.
Dylan Titus.
How you doing today, bud?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing well.
It's another tremendous day. This is our first show of the new year.
It is our first show of the new year. Mario, Happy New Year!
Happy New Year to our Connery Curious fans, to you, and everyone out there, man. This is tremendous. I just realized. I looked over. I'm like, we're recording on the 3rd of January, first show of the year. I'm very excited. 2024 should be a very exciting year, I think.
Whether it be good exciting or bad exciting, it's going to be exciting. We're going to find out.
There will be some kind of exciting things happening. But I'm very excited about today.
How are your holidays as well? I always forget holidays happen.
Yeah, I kind of wish. I kind of hope to forget these holidays. Honestly, it was kind of a rough
we won't
holiday.
we won't talk about it then.
Let's just say, God bless that we're here, and I'm ready to go, ready to move on to a brighter future this year, man. I think it's gonna be really good.
Well, here's a little fact you can take with you into this future to make it a little brighter.
Oh,
Mario.
Yes,
we've been doing this podcast for 1 year.
That's right. It's been a year.
Did
we start on the 1st last year, or the January 1st?
Our first episode came out January 1st. That's when episode 000 came out.
Wow.
000.
Wow. Jesus Christ. Where was the time gone? This is insane. And look at us now, man.
It's been a good time. We've taken in a lot of great films, and we've had a lot of great discussions.
Yeah, and it's funny,
I've
like
had a blast.
Same, man. It's like this podcast has done a lot of awesome things, like, film wise, knowledge wise. Like, spoiler alert, if you guys don't know already, we're covering Diamonds Are Forever today, and it's a movie that I love. But like,
why are we covering Diamonds Are Forever?
Because the wheel told us to, Dylan.
And what wheel would that be? And
the Wheel of Curiosities. You guys already know. It's been a year. So we've been coming to you guys every single week, almost every single week.
So what podcast is it, Mario?
For fuck's sakes, Dylan, it's a Connery Curious podcast where we cover every film in the filmography of Sean Connery. Today we're doing Diamonds Are Forever. But what I was going to say was, it's just funny to see how things have changed, because Diamonds Are Forever, we'll get into it, is one of my favorite, Connery films, Bond films. But it's just funny. I see it in a different light now because of how many films we've covered so far and how many versions of Connery we've seen. So now I see the movie very differently, which we'll get into.
Same.
So we'll get into it. But first, we're not alone today. It's very fitting that our kind of like year anniversary episode, we have probably one of my most anticipated guests on the show tonight.
As mine as well. Also, I forgot it was in speaker mode, so I did a comical cutaway when you said we weren't alone, and I went, ah!
Oh, there it is.
Like there was somebody behind me. Okay. Anyway.
I guess
it's also one of my most anticipated guests.
Yeah, so I guess we'll go from there, man. One of my dearest friends, one of the coolest guys I know, a man I am proud to share the last name with, even though we're not related, although jury's out on that one. We still are convinced we're related in some way because of our insane sense of humor and love for early 2000s black comedies. Of course, I'm talking about my man, Andrew Lima. Andrew, how you doing today, brother?
Boys, I am so happy. I'm just elated. Connery Curious, 1 year in. It seems like just yesterday that you guys shared that lovely promotional poster of your faces on Connery's body.
I birthed that.
It
we were
seems
in the
like
hospital.
just yesterday.
I gave birth to it. Sorry.
Was
painful.
Mario? Were you there?
I held
He's
his
the
hand.
dad.
I am the
Oh,
dad.
my God.
I pooped it out,
Oh.
and after we washed it off,
Oh my
we said,
goodness.
"This is going on Instagram."
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Guys, thank you so much for having me. This is going to be a delight.
Oh,
yes.
it's a delight to see you, my friend.
Oh my
A little
God,
bit of
likewise.
backstory: we both went to college with you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we all went to
in-
the same college.
all kind of like because were you guys in classes together?
Yes.
Yes.
One, just one class.
Just one
was
class.
just-
yeah.
Do you remember what class that was, Dylan?
I think it was Evans.
It was. I can't remember. Was it motion capture? No.
Weren't we? Oh yeah, which? Cause we had a couple classes with Evan too, Dylan. Which classes were those? Because I don't think
maybe
Andrew.
maybe I'm
I only
wrong.
met.
Maybe-
I only met. Like I knew of Andrew because we went to like the same high school, but he was
Yeah.
a grade under me. But like we
Oh,
never
really?
like
I didn't
yeah
know
we
that.
never like yeah we never like hung out. We kind of knew
Yeah.
that we existed, but it was Evan that like I was in the computer lab one day working on a project, and because I remember like weeks before Evan's like, "Do you have a brother that goes here?" I'm like, "No, I don't have a brother." Is he sure? I'm like, "No,
I got a
I'm-
brother."
I'm pretty sure. I got a brother. That's good. A good connection. I speak English.
Small world.
Small world.
It's a small world after all.
So I'm in the computer lab one day working on like a project, and Evan kicks in the door with Andy behind
Literally
him.
kicks it in.
It literally kicks it in and says, and he looks at me and he points at Andrew, points at me like, 2 Limas, 1 room. And Andrew's kind of looked at me like, "Hey, Mario." And I was like, "What's up, Andrew?" And he's like, "Fucking wasting my time." And he walked away back to his computer lab because he's working on something. And that was like the only time we ever talked. And then years later, we joined a band, which we won't fucking talk about. But honestly, that band was a blessing because if not for that band, and the toxicity that I was surrounded by, I don't give a fuck. I'll talk about toxicity. Because of that toxicity,
Great System of a Down record.
yes, because
It is a
of
good
that,
record.
because of that fucking craziness, it brought us closer together. We found out we both love wrestling. We both loved the Cat in the Hat, Mike Myers' Cat in the Hat, and we just connected. And the rest is history. The guy was. One of my groomsmen at my wedding. He was, it's just weird how time changes when you look at the past. We barely fucking knew each other, and it took like maybe 2 years to really have a friendship. So it's insane, man. It's crazy.
My dad told me as a kid, you find your closest friends when you're an adult. When you're a kid and you're in like elementary school, middle school, you think that you're going to be best friends with these kids forever. I don't even I can count on one hand the kids from high school and even middle school that I still talk to on a regular basis. Mario
Same.
came into my life as an adult, and I couldn't be happier because now this man, we watch pay-per-views together. We have a wrestling podcast. We fucking watch black comedies, as Mario eloquently put.
Yes.
It's a beautiful time. It's a beautiful.
You know
time.
more as an adult. You know more what you want out of the interactions you have with people.
For sure.
So,
Absolutely.
so your friendships are bound to be stronger when you are making
when our
decisions
frontal
more
lobe is
consciously.
completely formed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And
Mario, are we on
ironically,
gallery
me and
view? Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
we're in gallery.
I got you. I got your back, brother.
I was gonna say, ironically, as our frontal form is lobed, me and Mario spent most of our time.
Your frontal
destroying
form
our
is
frontal
lobed?
Our frontal lobe is formed. Sorry. Let's try that again. Oh my god. Me
Cut.
and Mario spent most of our time destroying our frontal lobe when we take edibles and watch
Yes.
terrible black comedies.
That's okay. Why are they terrible? Big Mama's House is a classic.
Oh,
Big Mama's House 1 is a classic.
2 is okay, but 3, you would never. Did you even notice a third Big Mama's House
I knew.
movie?
It's like
You knew.
like father, like son, right? Or
Yeah.
like
Yes.
mama, like
It's-
son.
It's
Something
not
like
good.
It's not. It's not good at all. It's
I would,
terrible.
I would compare Big Mama's House 3 to Never Say Never Again.
Well, we
Never
often.
Say Never Again is good. I like it. There's things I like
agree.
about it.
I think
I like
no,
Never Say
No,
Never
I
Again,
think we
too.
compare it to that because it's like it's a character that we love, but this doesn't look right You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's exactly
what it is. And we compare it a lot to the Spider-Man, like, Raimi trilogy. Like, the first one's really good. 2 is, like, tremendous. And 3 is just, like, too much is happening.
So way too much is happening.
So,
So it's like the Dark Knight or the Star Wars trilogy.
I'd compare Big Mama's House 2 to Empire Strikes Back.
oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
It's when you
that
find
was-
a little
out
dark-
that Big
little
Mama
darker in tone.
is his mom.
It's a little darker in tone. Well, I compare it to Spider-Man because I think the Big Mama's House 2 costume is my favorite suit.
yeah, mine
So
too.
that's the best suit. It looks perfect.
And it's got a
I like
scene
the
in an
silver one.
elevator with Hal Sparks.
Yeah.
And Hal
Yeah.
Sparks goes, I like the suit. And Big Mama goes, oh, thanks. It rides up in the crotch.
It gets a little crazy in the crotch.
Ooh, Lord.
Lord.
And the scene prior was Big Mama swinging through the city. And then she can't swing. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Aziz!
But the suit is like enough padding to like so she like bounces off the dumpster.
These pizzas aren't going to deliver themselves, Hattie Mae.
Oh, there are so many. Just today, I made a Spider-Man Big Mama's House comparison. I sent a picture to Andy it's a picture of at the end of the first movie where Shoot Big Mama comes to the house and it's fake Big Mama and they're standing next to each other. And it reminded me of the scene from No Way Home when Toby and Andrew first met at Ned's house. And look, it's tremendous.
It really is. It's
Now I'm just imagining the Joe's 29-minute guarantee is a promise, but I guess to you, Mama, promises mean nothing. and then it cuts to her trying to carry all the pizzas, but because Martin Lawrence is not, he's still getting used to the suit. He like can't get through the door, so he spends at least like 6 of the 29 minutes just struggling to get all the pizzas.
He's stuck in the closet. The closet at the end. He's stuck in it. Can't get out. And then they're like, all right, pizza time.
yeah. The Big Mama's movies, the Big Mama's House movies have the same amount of cheese as the Raimi trilogy.
It's
very
so
similar.
good.
As those pizzas.
Yeah, it's got the pizzas.
Extra
Though
cheese.
probably not anymore after swinging through the city. They've probably got no cheese.
No, they're destroyed. Or she probably ate them for comedic relief.
Comedic relief. But anyways,
I wonder
man.
if Emily Deschanel took one of those pizzas. Anyway,
Wait, Emily Deschanel. Who's Emily Deschanel?
That's who Toby drops the pizzas off to. Is Zoe Deschanel's big sister?
That's Emily
Bones.
Deschanel? Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh, really? I have
She's
no
the one
idea.
working the desk. There's a lot of little cameos in that movie. Joel McHale is the banker.
Yeah, that's right. Joel McHale is the banker. And
Bruce Campbell, of course.
Bruce Campbell's
Of
the
course.
he's the
Doorman.
usher, right?
Joey Diaz is in that movie.
Joey
Oh, yeah,
Diaz is
Joey
at the end,
Diaz.
Yeah. You want to get
Tremendous.
through?
You
You,
want-
gotta go.
you gotta-
go through me.
yeah. You gotta go through me, cocksucker.
I'm like a doctor. Dr.
I'll take a
Octopus.
shit. I'll take a shit in my hand and throw it at you.
You know, Joey
That-
was like 500 milligrams deep when he did that
Oh,
train
yeah.
scene.
He actually saw Doc
No, it
Ock's
was
arms.
2004. He was probably on coke.
He was definitely on coke.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Definitely on coke. He talks
Pot
about that in
wasn't
his
legal
book.
yet.
He talked about
What?
that in his book.
Film-
How like
film
it
with
was the most
Spider-Man?
money he ever made. Yeah, it was the most money he ever made, and he spent most of his time like in catering. He's just like, they probably saw me and thought I was like a fucking savage. It's like you have all these actors, Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst, and they're looking at me at the catering table, just eating all of this shrimp. Like,
That was
book
a
is
pretty
so
good
good.
Joey Diaz. Anyway,
Yeah, anyway,
speaking of
Coke
Coke
dreams.
rocks, let's talk about crazy rocks that are shiny and last
Oh, yeah.
a long time.
Man, ladies and gentlemen,
Specifically diamonds.
diamonds are forever. We're talking about diamonds are forever today. The time has finally come. Dylan, you want to take us into the intro here of our film?
Diamonds are forever. I need to please me.
Oh, I didn't know we were singing the whole song.
They can stimulate and tease me. I'm killing time while I pull up the links. They won't leave in the night and fear that they might desert
None of this is gonna be in sync.
me. Yeah. Everybody. Yeah. Rock your body. See, none of us are going to be in sync.
Yeah.
I'm
Streets back. All
All right. Okay, here's the IMDb's got a good storyline. James Bond's mission is to find out who has been smuggling diamonds, which are not reappearing. He adopts another identity in the form of Peter Franks. He joins up with Tiffany Case and acts as if he is smuggling the diamonds, but everyone is hungry for these diamonds. He also has to avoid Mr. Wint and Mr. Kidd, the dangerous couple who do not leave anyone in their way. Ernst Stavro Blofeld isn't out of the question. He may have changed his looks, but is he linked with the heist? And if he is, can Bond finally defeat his ultimate enemy? Thanks for that plot synopsis, Simon.
Very good.
This December, Jill St. John, Charles Gray, Lana Wood, Jimmy Dean, Bruce Cabot,
Wait a minute.
Sean Connery in Guy Hamilton's Diamonds Are Forever, ever, 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 ever.
Dylan, first off, that was beautiful, but
Thank you.
how in the hell does Lana have higher billing than Jimmy Dean? She was in the movie for 4 fucking minutes.
Hey,
Because
man,
a lot of the times-
Plenty O'Toole, brother.
That's plenty of reasons.
Plenty of reasons.
I suppose
it's usually film casting or film credits usually for these older films seem to be in order of appearance.
That makes sense. I apologize. I was just shook when you said that. I'm like, wait a minute. How does she have higher? Because I don't know if it's like a Mandela effect, but I could have sworn that she was in the movie for a lot longer when I first watched it.
No, she did have one extra scene, but it's cut out, and you can see it on the DVD where she goes back.
For
to
what it's
Tiffany
worth,
Case's hotel room.
I watched the deleted scenes to prepare for this podcast.
Yes,
Gracious.
I watched a few of them. I did not watch all of them. But,
Yeah, they were all on YouTube.
Yes,
That's dedication.
you are an excellent guest already.
Thank you.
All right, Mario, you want to do your thing?
Oh yeah, man.
I feel like I'm so off. We haven't recorded in such a long time. I'm like sloppy.
Man, come on, man. Come on. Let's jump into Rotten Tomatoes. We're always curious about the Rotten Tomatoes scores for these films, and I was very Connery curious about this one. Diamonds Are Forever, the 1971 action adventure film, gets a tomato meter score of 64%. The audience, with over 50K ratings, gave it a 57%. Gentlemen, do we agree with these scores?
And also, IMDb gives it a 6.5, so it's pretty close to the Rotten Tomatoes one. No, I disagree with these scores.
I think I'm like on the Rotten Tomatoes like hate train. Because, like, I don't know who to go with. Do I go with the critics? Do I go with the audience? I'm going to go with me. I think the movie is a little bit better than what these critics are saying. And what the audience is saying.
Well, save your score for the end.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I have it right here. I will not stooge that off yet.
Did you say stooge that off?
I'm not going to stooge it off. Give it away early.
Okay.
Sorry.
I was a little confused. He was caught stooging off in the park.
It's a pro wrestling term.
Yeah, you're going to get a lot of that today, Dylan. I do it to him all the time.
I believe
and
it.
Dylan's always like, what did you just say? I'm like, sorry, I forgot I'm not talking to Andrew right now.
Not gonna stooge it off,
He is
brother.
He is talking to an Andrew. I'm an Andrew.
You're an Andrew?
Dylan Andrew.
Is your middle
Andrew's
name
your middle name.
Yeah.
Really?
I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
I didn't know
You
that
guys didn't
either.
know that?
No.
Shit.
What's your middle names?
Manual.
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, come on.
I don't want to talk about
No,
it.
you got to say yours. I said mine. Manual.
Yours Manual?
Manual.
No.
Manuel or like manual like a
All right,
instruction
well,
book?
keep in mind.
Manuel.
Okay.
Keep in mind. Back
That
in the
your
day,
parents were born in 1803.
Dude, Portuguese people, they would always give the middle name of the wife's maiden name, the mother's maiden name. My middle name is Aguiar.
Fuck yeah.
So I have 2 last names. It doesn't even fucking make sense.
I dig it. Andrew Aguiar.
It could be worse. It could be a lot worse.
My mom was doing
sounds-
coke with Joey Diaz when she came up with that.
That's a cool middle name, man. Embrace it.
I appreciate it, kind of.
We appreciate you, friend. This watch
my
always feels like
goodness.
it's vibrating. So shall we get into it? How do
Let's
we want to address it? Do we want to do? I think with this one we should probably do the plot because
Okay.
this plot is nuts.
Yeah. So did you guys? Do you guys typically go? I don't. This is your first Bond movie that you guys have done, right?
Oh, no. Oh, no. We've
Sorry,
done.
I don't know why I reacted like that.
No, the only ones
is-
we have left is Thunderball and Never Say Never Again.
Yeah.
After this.
Oh, that's right. No, that's right. You guys. Okay,
This is
I
number
listened
5,
to.
yes.
No, because I listened to your Goldfinger. I thought.
But did
only
you? But did you
Goldfinger.
listen to my? I don't know. Never mind. I
Oh,
couldn't follow. I couldn't make a pun.
Goldfinger. No, I didn't know if you guys wanted to go chronologically with it in terms of
Yeah,
plot.
I think we should. 'Cause
Yeah, we
my
just
notes are
kinda like-
chronological.
Yeah, we just have, like-
you know. What I'm saying.
we just kind of read through like the paragraphs of the plot and just talk about it. But I'll tell you this. I have like a couple of notes to talk about here, but like I've seen this movie so many times and I watch it again obviously for the show. I can recite this whole movie. So I mean,
All right, we'll do it.
We'll just
Go.
Okay, ready?
Start from the beginning.
All right. Interior, small tea room.
Japanese apartment.
Japanese apartment. Person crashes through wall. Where is he?
That's your
not gonna do
Connery.
That's how he sounds.
is he?
Where is he? Where is he? They even sound like him. Which so yeah, we'll go through the whole chronological thing. Cairo.
Hit me,
But like we'll talk about that. So
Mali. Ask Mali.
we're really doing a whole movie. Okay.
I know. Holy shit.
But no, so
My name is Bond. James Bond.
Thank you, Dylan.
He says it so weird.
My name is Bond. James Bond.
It's so flat.
So I'll start with a couple notes before we actually get into the plot.
Yes.
We always talk about like, you know, our first Connery sighting. It's immediately. Is this our first or second time we have Connery in the gun barrel?
I think his first gun barrel is Thunderball.
You're right. It's fact.
Thunderball was in a new ratio. They used a new film stock, so they had to film a new gun barrel.
There we go. So yeah, we got Connery right off the bat, probably like 3 seconds in, something like that. First line is, where is he?
Where is he?
Cairo!
Where is he? Because I was like trying to debate, do we think is that really him? Are those his hands? Or is that's got to be a
No.
double, right? That's got to be a double, right?
It could be.
So that doesn't
So-
count. So my first Connery on screen, besides the gun barrels at 1:30 with the awkward on the beach. My name is Bond, James Bond. Very robotic.
My name is Bond.
Entrance.
I
James
have
Bond.
1:30 as well. I have 27 seconds and 1 minute 30 seconds.
There we go. Excellent.
So I
Fantastic.
also have a note before we get started. So I was playing this through the Blu-ray. Now, it's the MGM lion, right? And then it's the United Artists logo, and then it's the gun barrel, right? This is how it played for you guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone else feel that it should be United Artists and then MGM and then the Gun Barrel?
I've always thought that the MGM should come first because that kind of sets the tone. Because I know when you watch The Wizard of Oz, the first thing you see is the MGM lion.
Well, then maybe just cut out the United Artists and put it at the end or something. I feel like
or put that in the credits.
Yeah, I feel like it flow-wise, it's as if you got the 20th Century Fox fanfare and then another logo and then another logo's sound and music and whatnot, and then the Star Wars theme. Like if the Lucasfilm logo had its own music and totally upset the flow. You know what I mean?
Now that I'm thinking about it, I watched it on Prime.
Yeah.
I also watched it on Prime.
So yeah, I think it has like the new MGM where it's kind of like zooming in.
Yeah,
kind of like how.
yeah.
Cause I think No Time to Die, it had the Bond score in the MGM logo. Do you remember that? Where like
yes.
and the
Well,
line came
that's
out.
also got 50 years of hindsight and filmmaking.
Yeah, but
techniques.
I'm saying that same MGM logo is showing up now in the re-release of the movies.
Yeah.
So from what I remember, I think it's the MGM logo into the Gun Barrel, but I think it was United Artists too. I don't remember. But like, yeah, I think
Inconsequential note.
I think the lion just started right away because it's like one of those things where like I remember the first Bond I saw in theaters, unfortunately, was Die Another Day.
What do you mean, unfortunately?
Do you like Die Another Day?
No, but like I'm just saying, like it's your listen. The first Star Wars movie I ever saw in theaters was Phantom Menace.
Same, yeah,
Same.
But it's your first foray into a series. So
it's
not your fault.
No, at the time it was very exciting. I remember thinking the bullet coming at you in 3D or whatever was cool.
Yeah,
and
that film is
going
to be cool in the theaters.
Yeah, but then in hindsight, as you get older, you're like, oh man, this is weird. Very weird. I remember getting hyped for it because they put the trailer at the end of 007 Nightfire on the GameCube. They showed a trailer and they had like a featurette, and I remember being so excited. I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be crazy. And I did enjoy it, but nowadays not so much.
So you want to hear some? I have a funny Die Another Day story.
Oh, hit me.
So Die Another Day, my dad. Well, yeah, he was getting DSL internet for the first time because before that we had 56K broadband, and my dad taught me how to pirate. Like he got me introduced to Kazaa and Napster and stuff like that. And he's like, okay, if you want to steal some music, this is what you got to do. You got to do this, then you got to do this. My dad's a techie. He's been in IT for 40 years. But when we got DSL internet, I'm like, Dad, can we go see Die Another Day in theaters? He goes, well, no, just download it. I'm like, how do you can? Because I thought it was just music you can do. Like I didn't know you can do movies. He's like, oh no, I'll show you. And my dad, sure enough, has floppy disks and CDs filled with movies that he's pirated over the years.
A floppy disc couldn't hold a movie.
I'm just being.
I know. I'm
stupid.
just kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding. It really could. You're not.
No,
being
yeah,
stupid.
I don't think it could either. He did have Wolfenstein 3D. I'm pretty sure that was copyrighted. Pirated too. But he showed me like his backlog of all these movies he's downloaded. I'm like, where the fuck has this been? And he's like, okay, let's look it up. Die Another Day, blah 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 blah. And it took 2 days to download. It took 2 days.
You could have just gone and seen it.
We could have just gone and seen it. It took 2 days. And when I finally saw it, my dad put it on. He put it on a DVD-R, and we chilled on the couch and we watched it, and it was in the shittiest quality. You can see heads sitting, like it was clearly filmed in a movie theater. Yeah. And my dad's just like, I don't want to watch.
Let's go to the movie theater.
I never got to see it in theaters.
Maybe for the anniversary. If it's an anniversary showing, we should all go.
I'm totally down for that. I would
I'm
Die Another Day in the theater.
I'm an apologist.
I want to see a Bond in theaters. I missed the opportunity because they just did it in Newport a few years ago. It was like right before COVID. It was from Rush with Love.
Wow.
And I was going to go see it, but I couldn't do it because of work and stuff. And it was like limited showings. So if they ever do a Bond anniversary thing, I got to go see an old Bond in theaters.
I would have loved to see Diamonds in theaters.
Yeah, great transition. Let's get back into the movie we're talking about. Diamonds Are Forever.
I'm just looking up Die Another Day, open caption. Where is it? Buy tickets? Nowhere near. Nothing. Okay. You can search for these things on Fandango, but it doesn't seem. All right. I'm sorry.
There's a showing. There's a showing in Nebraska.
Let's go.
Let's go to Nebraska.
One more thing before we get into it, I want to share with you guys.
Yes.
I'll be right back.
Oh shit. Yo, if he has a Die Another Day poster, or if he has,
He has the
oh
album.
shit, is that the album?
Oh, it might be Diamonds. It's something 007.
Okay, I've returned. It does say 007. Just tighten that. Boom. Okay. I'm going to have to get out a picture here. And you will see why. Okay. So, I found this at the Time Capsule in Cranston for $6.
Oh,
Now,
$6?
Now, you can see that it is in Russian.
What's on there?
So, I took it to my Translate app. It is... Oh, why is that turned sideways? Let me turn it. It is the London Symphony Orchestra, 007
What?
The Classics, and it has such bangers on there as The Theme of James Bond by Jay Berry, Ball Lightning, A Finger, A Look of Love from Casino Royale. That's pretty cool. Live and Let Me Die.
Oh God.
No one will
Live and
do
Let
it
Me Die.
better.
No one
All
will
the
do
ti-
it better.
All the Time on the Platoon from
What?
the Octopussy.
Oh my God.
So I'm sure these are just like bad translations.
Bad translations, yeah.
But I had to get it.
That's a great find.
That's a great find.
Right? Now, the one I didn't get was this one called Bond by Barry. And it's got a bright pink cover, as you'll see here in the final edit. And it's got such tracks on it as Zulu, Fancy Dance, 4 in the Morning, Yesterday's Gone, No Tears for Johnny, Judy Comes Back, Monkey Feathers, and Kinky.
Is that an Austin Powers album?
No, it is a Bond by Barry album. John Barry and his orchestra.
Whoa.
That's
so those are all
insane.
presumably themes from different Bond movies. Now, if you'd like to
Kinky.
play a little game, like what do you think Zulu comes from? I'm guessing it's Live and Let Die.
I also suggest Live and Let Die.
Yeah, probably,
What-
yeah.
What about Kinky?
Spy Who Loved Me.
I'm thinking Man with the Golden Gun in reference to the
Ooh.
third nipple.
Perhaps.
Kinky.
Kinky.
I would say Diamonds just for fun.
And
It
how
could be
about
Man with the Golden
Monkey
Gun, too.
Feathers?
Monkey
Feathers?
Monkey Feathers.
I
I have no
wouldn't
answers
know.
for these, by the way.
Is there a Bond where there's a monkey? Oh, this movie, there's a gorilla. There's a gorilla in this movie.
Oh my God,
There is
there
a
is!
There is a gorilla in
no,
this
it's not.
movie.
It's a man in a gorilla suit.
No, it's not. It's a real gorilla.
Didn't the I saw this online. I don't know if it's like an old wives' tale, but you guys might know better than me. Is it true that
Or is it a
The
new
original
husband's snout?
what?
Or is it a new husband's snout?
Just keep going, Andrew. Just don't listen to him.
Welcome to Connery Curious.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna ask because I heard somewhere that the original writers wanted to make Dr. No a monkey. Is that real?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yes. And
That's insane.
Hold on. Let me pull up a Dr. No from James Bond Jr. Share my screen here.
The game?
Excuse me.
Oh my god.
Dr. No.
Look at that figure.
And Jaws.
He looks like Piccolo mixed with Genghis Khan.
Right?
Looks like a Mortal Kombat character.
He does.
James
That's terrifying,
Bond Jr.
actually.
seems fun.
Have you never seen
Yeah.
it?
Anyway.
Dylan?
I've never seen it.
Oh, you never seen it?
Have you?
Oh, yes. And I have a few comics. I'll let you borrow if you'd like to read it.
Have you played the James Bond Jr. Video games? There's one on Super Nintendo.
I've seen it.
No.
It's kind of like, if it's the one I remember, it's almost like a Ninja Turtles esque. Not really. I'm trying to think of which one it was. But yeah, there is a couple of Bond Junior games and a few regular James Bond video games from that era as well, which weren't that good as well.
No.
I'm just pulling up the James Bond Jr. video game as well. There's there's NES and Super NES. What's the difference? NES was the first one. Super NES was the second one.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was James Pond too.
Yes. Though I believe
James
James Pond 2 was just a promo game for something. Like it was just like a product placement game.
I have no idea. I see it at Time Capsule in Cranston all the time on Sega Genesis. Nobody wants it.
Oh yeah, product placement. McVitie's Penguin Biscuits. Yeah.
Okay. I fuck with that.
In the UK version.
I'm going to go for a quick
2007.
Connor P. I'll be right back, all right?
Okay, should we all just
keep
take a
talking,
Connor P?
fellas.
A Connor P?
'Cause I kind of got to take a Connor P as well. Do you have to take a
I'm
Connor
gonna
P,
go-
Andrew?
I'm gonna go get a cough drop.
Okay.
I'll be
I
right
should
back.
probably do the same. All right, we'll return.
Absolutely. Oh my god. I don't know if you want to save it for the podcast, but I quote this movie all the time.
Oh, me too.
Okay.
Me, specifically me and your brother, all the time.
Really?
Like, oh my God, like almost every trip when we go to your house, at least one Diamonds Are Forever quote will come out. Like,
No.
it's insane. Always.
I do it when I'm working, like, and I'm sitting on the couch and I haven't showered. I look at Shoto and I say, one of us smells like a taut handkerchief. I say that all the time.
Every time me and Alicia go on vacation. We're actually going to Florida in a couple of weeks, actually.
Oh, no shit.
Gonna be back in time for Royal Rumble, though. Back in time for the Rumble. Thank goodness.
Wait,
I made
when,
sure.
when are you leaving?
14th. Come back
Shit.
21st, 27th is the Rumble.
Oh, fuck. We got to do
So-
a wrestling's real before then.
Yeah. So let's try maybe this coming week, next week or something like that. We could do it one quick.
Yeah. We could probably do it. I'd be fine doing it over Zoom, too, if to save time. Cause
Yeah, I'll figure that out. But we could do like maybe next week or something like that. But yeah, every time I go on vacation with Lee, and every time we check into a hotel, I always say this. I look out the window and I turn around and look at her and say,
I didn't know there was a pool down there.
all the time. And she never understands the reference. I'm like, I didn't know there was a pool down there. No, she doesn't understand any of the reference I make, like at all. Like she just nods.
I didn't even know
and-
there was a pool down there.
I didn't even know there was a pool down there.
Nice shot.
What else do I quote from this movie all the time?
Fucking pen. Oh, God.
Where is he? Of
Plenty.
course.
Where is he?
Oh, yeah, of course you are. Plenty O'Toole quote.
Oh, yeah. Kyle always quotes the fucking, these diamonds are phony.
The one he brought up to me not too long ago, I think we were all together, but he said, the one quote that makes me laugh all the time, it's a throwaway line, is after they shoot Peter Franks, and Moneypenny gets him the passport and says, it's all in order. And then Connery goes, oh, can I bring you back anything? Whatever. And Moneypenny goes, oh, a diamond.
Ring?
Yeah, on a diamond.
Like his wife didn't just die?
Right. And then and then she said, all he says, would you settle for a tulip? And that makes Kyle laugh so hard when he says, would you shut up for a tulip? Real.
I want to quote one of the lines during sex, but the opportunity will never come, ever.
Which line?
It would have the line in the line in Diamonds Are Forever, where she fucking when he puts the cassette like in her butt. But the part where Connery goes, you stupid twit, you put the real one back in. But I don't know where I can do that.
Well, the only way you could do that is if you had a
strap on.
You know, yes, you'd have to have a fake.
Put the real
you'd have
one.
to have a dildo of some kind. And once she's finished with that and brings you in,
You super twitch, you put the real one back in.
and that's when she pushes you off. You just call me a stupid twit. No, you're not fucking me anymore. Anyway.
That works.
Mine is mine that I would use would be, your problems are all behind you now.
That's when you put it in the wrong hole.
Well, as long as the collars and cuffs match.
Oh God!
All right, so are we getting into it? Oh, Mario, I interrupted. What's your sex line?
From this movie,
Yeah.
it'd probably have to be Oh, of course you are. No, it'd probably be I don't know. For my sex line,
I didn't know there was a pool down there.
I already made that joke because you'll hear it in the thing, but like
In the edit.
every time me and Lee go on vacation, and I do this every time we go to a hotel, I look out the window. We stay at the same hotel in Florida, and I always look out the window, turn around, and look at her and say, "I didn't know there was a pool down there." And I laugh, but she doesn't understand what the quote's from, so I laugh at myself.
So you need to tell her, just be like, babe, just hear me out. I know you don't get it, but every time I say that, I need you to respond with, I got a brother.
I got a brother.
Because both will be true.
That is, yeah.
Lot smoother ride in the front, Mr. Franks. That's a good one.
There's your sex line.
There
Yeah.
we go.
That's a good sex line.
Lot smoother ride in the front, Mr. Franks. All right, let's get to this fucking plot of this movie.
Making mud pies, 007.
I'm always making mud pies. All right, 53 minutes in and we haven't even touched the movie yet. Let's do it.
That's fine.
All right, so let's go into the Wikipedia synopsis, yeah?
Yes.
We'll go bit by bit. Okay. Pursuing Ernst Stavro Blofeld, James Bond, Agent 007, finds him at a facility where Blofeld lookalikes are being created through plastic surgery. Bond kills a test subject and later the real Blofeld by drowning him in a pool of superheated mud. I forgot real was in quotes. While assassin... Oh, you know what? Should we just cover the opening? The cold open?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't like this
Any
cold
notes
open
about the
at
cold
all.
open? Neither
don't
do
like
I. I hate it.
I don't like it. I hate it too. It goes by way
So
too
dumb.
fast. The reveal is so quick. It's the worst Connery opening, in my opinion.
He's not enthusiastic about it at all.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Where is he? That's him. He's doing one take for like most of the things in this movie.
Terrible ADR in this film.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I made a note here. The shot after the theme song, when him and M are looking at the diamond in the display case, and it pulls out, and you see Bernard Lee looking at the case, and he's explaining the diamond, and Connery's rolling his eyes. I said opening shot of Connery's reflection sets the tone for Connery's feeling being in this movie. Like this is after, Andy, I'm sure you know a little bit, but if not, we'll like enlighten you. So obviously, You Want to Live Twice, his last Bond film. He's done. Lazenby comes in, does Majesty's Secret Service, tries to go for a darker tone Bond film, kind of a more serious Bond. We have the most dramatic ending in a Bond film ever. People kind of appreciate that movie now, but now especially it was not loved. Now, No Time to Die was like a love letter to that movie for whatever reason. But now,
because people are recognizing that it's one of the best.
Okay, because they're looking at it's the best, and so you see that movie, and then it didn't receive well. So like, let's try to get Connery back for one more. He says yes. He comes in, and they make the campiest Bond movie ever, which kind of sets a tone for the Roger Moore era, which it worked in the Roger Moore era. But we have this, and you're continuing the story of you see Bond's wife die. Spoilers for Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Tracy.
And he's going to go after Blofeld. And he's doing that, and you kind of get the vibe at first, like, Connery is going back and beating the fuck out of anybody and anyone to get to Blofeld. And you see that. I'm like, cool. He's like going into casinos and fucking punching people in the face. Hell yeah. And then he's choking out women with their bikini tops and shit. Like, this is a brutal Connery, man. People who went to the theaters for this original, like, oh my God, we're going to get a brutal Connery. This is going to be so sick. And then he's making mud pies. And then we go into like the goofiest movie. Blofeld dresses like a woman at one point to get out of the casino, and like all these other wacky things, and Mustangs going on their side and doing wacky tricks and stuff. And it's the most misleading thing ever. And it makes me wish, me and Dylan talk about it a lot on the show. We're like, it'd be so great if we had the opportunity to see Connery doing Her Majesty's Secret Service and seeing where the timeline would have skewed there, or where would diamonds even exist? Would it have been something completely different? So it's shitty to see this movie. Like, I still love this movie for the quotes and the ridiculousness of it, but the serious factor of this movie is Connery's definitely not enjoying himself. He wants a paycheck and to get the hell out, and that's it.
Yeah.
May I provide a bit more backstory?
Oh, please.
I'm sorry. No, go ahead, Andrew. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say that I thought it looked like, I mean, it could have just been, I don't know, the way I perceived it, but I thought Connery was having more fun in this movie than You Only Live Twice. And You Only Live Twice, I think.
I agree with that.
I think he looked checked out in that movie.
He doesn't want to be there, but while he is there, he's having a good time.
Yeah.
Now, and I'll go into this a bit more. So, I don't know which one I want to cover first. Okay, so while they were looking for somebody to replace Lazenby, so Lazenby quit at the suggestion, of his agent at the time, or his manager, whatever. Anyway, who said that these secret agent films are on the out. Easy Rider, that's what's in, like the hippie counterculture films. So that's why he quit. Refused to shave his beard. So some of the actors that were being considered for replacing Bond were Roger Moore, but he was busy filming The Persuaders. Mm-hmm. Mario, you'll appreciate this. Michael Gambon.
That would have been dope.
A young Michael Gambon as James Bond.
Oh,
Michael Gambon was in talks to be Bond?
He was given an offer, but he rejected it, telling Broccoli that he was in terrible shape. Rainulf Fiennes, who is a third cousin of Rafe Fiennes, who
look at that
to be M.
Damn.
Malcolm Roberts, who is an English pop singer. And then, here's where we get into things. It was at this time that Broccoli and Saltzman were noticing the success of American films and were considering making Bond American. And were considering actors like Brett Halsey, sometimes credited as Montgomery Ford, Robert Wagner, Clint Eastwood, Burt Reynolds, and Adam West.
I knew that.
Yeah, Adam West.
I wanted to build to that one because imagine this movie with Adam West, and
that would be hilarious. Watching this
Now-
movie with Robert Wagner would have been a trip because he would have been opposite his future wife.
Yeah, huh? He would have been.
Yeah, that's
And they
wild.
maybe this would have prevented the death of Natalie Wood
R.I.P. Natalie.
if they had
Wood.
met earlier.
I didn't, she
anyway.
didn't know there was a pool down there.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry. You can cut that out.
No, it's okay. So
Oh, no.
now
Dylan will keep it in. Don't you worry about that.
Fantastic.
Hey, I'm gonna make worse jokes, I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I started off our Connery Curious Christmas episode by making a joke about how they all started with K's.
Yep.
Anyway,
Oh boy. Oh boy.
so I'm going to share with you. They had an actor ready to go, and he was when Connery came back on and agreed to come back on. They let this actor go and paid him his full salary. So this actor his name was John Gavin, and this is what he looks like. That could have been our James Bond in Diamonds Are Forever. He's an American actor.
Wow.
So
Wow.
They definitely had their idea of the image of what they wanted. They wanted to try to replicate Connery as much as possible.
Now, is John Gavin still with us?
in office, he's the United States ambassador to Mexico. Holy cow!
Whoa.
No,
no,
he is not.
Oh man,
He died in
RIP.
2018 at the age of 86. A good life. 6'4".
So he-
Holy shit. He's taller
he's
than
a-
Connery.
He's a year younger
he's
than
in
Connery
Psycho?
too.
Who is he in Psycho? Sam Loomis. Oh my lord.
Oh.
Cool.
Wow.
All right. Well, that's my little bit of back trivia of that.
All right.
And then I feel like I had something else. Oh, yes. Okay. So Connery was brought back on. He agreed to come back on for $1.2 million, which was the highest an actor had ever received ever at that point.
So-
And he donated
So
it all.
1.2 mil.
Yeah.
So
And
I'm
he
going to bring up my
donated it-
inflation calculator here. That's the equivalent of $7 million today. Over
Oh, sorry,
almost eight.
$1.25 million. And he
Oh,
used the
Jesus.
fee to establish the Scottish International Education Trust, where Scottish artists could apply for funding without having to leave their country to pursue their careers.
Damn.
Dope.
Right? He's a patron of the arts. Now, so that's one of the reasons why he was having fun being there. Because he knew his work was going to do something good. He got to travel to Vegas, too, and be around and sleep with both Lana Wood and Jill St. John, because that's what he was doing at the time.
On screen, of course. Or in real life.
So, he in real life, yeah.
He slept with them both in real life.
Yes.
I mean, he must have. He must have.
So he got the $1.25 million, and he was also offered 2 back-to-back films of his choice by United Artists. Only one of them got made. Mario, do you know what it is?
Oh, I'm trying to remember.
It's the exact opposite of this film. It's the exact opposite, tonally.
Oh, which we were just talking about it. What was it? What was it?
The opposite?
It was a movie we covered, it, right?
Opposite of Diamonds Are Forever. Yep, we've covered it already.
It was. I don't remember what it was. What was it?
The Offense.
That's right. The Offense, which is probably the most uncomfy movie we've covered on this show.
And uncampy.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Like, while this isn't the most comfortable movie, it's definitely one of the most campy we've watched. And The Offense is, like, completely devoid of camp. It is Friday the 13th, Camp Crystal Lake. You leave the camp.
It's dark.
Yeah.
It's dark.
Have you seen The Offense, Andy?
No, I have not, but I'm looking at the theatrical poster right now, and it does not look pleasant.
It's not a pleasant film. You should listen to our episode on it.
I'm going to
plug.
have to, because
I would say listen to that episode before you watch the film.
Connery ages like milk because he looks 10 years younger in The Offense.
However, look at him in 1974 in the first great train robbery.
The trick with Connery is the facial hair. When he has like beards and stuff, he looks like ageless. But in movies like this, and later we'll see in Never Say Never Again, it's completely different because we've talked about on the show. Our second episode was Sword of Valiant, and he looks,
Oh my God!
But look at him; he looks fine there.
No,
Look
yeah,
at
he
that.
looks.
Look at how suave he looks right here, especially. Oh yeah, Daddy.
It's I think it's the
Look
hair.
look
too.
at that. Look at that.
It's all about the
kidding
facial
me?
hair with him. It's like he
Yeah.
looks when he shaves, he looks terrible. That's why he looks so rough in Diamonds and in Never Say Never Again. Because like Never Say Never Again, we also saw
yeah,
him
that was a
same
while
year.
later.
He was making this movie called The Sword of Valiant, which we talk about a lot on the show. And he looks a little better there because he has facial hair.
Because he's got a beard, yeah.
And then we find
yeah,
out.
I will agree. He does look better in Sword of the Valiant than he does.
And he's in
Never Say
between
Never
scenes. He's filming Never Say Never Again at the same time. That still blows my mind.
Yeah. And producing Never Say Never Again.
Yeah, but still, like it's just they look like completely different timelines. It's crazy.
So my only note on the pre-title credits is Sideburns Goon.
Oh,
What do you think of
Sideburns
Sideburns Goon?
Oh, the guy with the machine that comes in with Blofeld. Talking about that guy who grabs
Yes.
the mousetrap.
The one with the sideburns coming
Yeah,
out
look
from
at that.
here with the hat.
And I love the way Connery puts his hands up like that. It's, oh, who, me?
Now, my question is, what on earth is that? Is it a
Little
mousetrap?
pocket mousetrap.
Yeah, that's like a really
I can picture Desmond Llewellyn pitching that. 007, in case somebody goes into your coat, there will be
Now
a
don't-
trap.
Now make sure you don't accidentally put anything inside of your coat that you need
be
to retrieve.
careful if you put something in your breast pocket, 007.
My employees are always leaving their vape pens on the inside of their pocket. This is my way to curb that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like there are some kind of that sort of design. Like if you look at that mousetrap, it's like kind of chrome metal with the holes in it. But then you see that weird, very futuristic looking water pistol that's attached. Like he conveniently finds that pistol and shoots it up in the air, shoots water. See like the design of that. Then you look at the water.
That's actually
pistol.
pretty gnarly. Look at the blood effect.
What does that have? Spikes on it?
I think
It looks
just-
like it's like a cheese grater.
I think it just clamps in. Yeah, I think that's it.
You know what it looks
Ouch.
like? It looks like a Game Boy Advanced SP.
A cursed Game Boy Advance SP.
Oh, that's gonna be the shell I put on mine now.
Oh my God!
But yeah, you're right. It is.
But
It does
look-
look like a.
It's like a
futuristic laser.
like a laser pistol. They went for a weird kind of
oh, that's so unco. Yeah,
I
he
thought a
does not
Power
look
Wash
good there at
simulator.
all. I mean, he does look good, but
That should be the next Power Wash Simulator DLC. You have to wash the peanut butter off of Blofeld's goons.
apparently it was mashed potatoes.
Ooh.
Ew. Oh, and
Yeah.
that doesn't look as appetizing now. I thought of peanut butter.
Power Wash Simulator. I like that.
Oh, yeah, look at
And you
that.
can see this this dead man clearly trying to hold his breath, and he's like, "Oh God, here it goes! Oh no! You're in it now, Steven."
Yeah, 'cause he had to sit in there for like a good solid couple seconds to get the take probably, and
Yeah, right.
he was probably terrified. I would.
There's a lot of shots like that in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Look, look at the disgruntled face on Charles Gray, and I just love the face on Sideburns Goon.
Yeah.
They're such generic looking henchmen with their little thunderbolts on their helmets.
What do you? So
Yeah, right. They
What
work
do you-
for the Flash.
They're reverse Flash's goons.
Yes.
the reverse flash.
I've hired these out from that henchman service. Unfortunately, they only had DC goons.
What do you guys think
Now-
of Charles Gray as Blofeld?
Real quick, my last note. It looks as if you shave away Sideburn Goon's sideburns, that his face is going to be that shape. It's going to be missing those segments like this. Anyway, Charles Gray is Blofeld. I like him.
Yeah, he's always
Sorry, Mario.
been-
Mario, you go ahead first.
Honestly, he's always been like one of my favorite Blofelds because he was kind of the first Blofeld I was introduced to.
Really?
I tell the story a lot on the podcast. My mom is the one who got me into James Bond. The first one I saw was Goldfinger, and I kind of saw them all out of order at first before I knew they were all connected and shit. And but one that she used to love to watch was this one, was Diamonds, because of Blofeld. She loved how like goofy he was, and like making mud pies 007 and like all the one-liners and shit. But like he was always like the most charismatic kind of Blofeld, and it's the most Blofeld I feel like we get in a Bond movie, because a lot of the Blofelds we've seen only show up at the final act. So we get this Blofeld all the way through. But I was always very, very confused about Charles Gray, because we get Charles Gray in Never. You only live twice.
You only live twice.
As a
You never
different-
live. You never live. Never again. Twice.
Never Blofeld. Never again.
Never. You only live.
You never say twice.
You'll
Never
be-
say twice again.
You'll never be recasted again. But yeah, so I used to always get so confused about like that was always the thing, is like is that supposed to be Blofeld? That would have been an interesting story, that like that was Blofeld and the one we got in the mountain was not him or something like that. It's obviously just a
It's because they couldn't afford Donald
like-
Pleasance again.
like let's just get this guy in the movie. So that's just how it goes. But what was his character, like Mr. Henderson or something like that, right?
Yes. Yep. And remember how the pinball machine says Blofeld, aka Mr. Henderson?
Yeah. So it's super
AKA
weird.
Mr. Henderson.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
interesting.
I'll send you a
because-
picture of it.
Yeah, we have it
That's
somewhere.
funny.
But yeah, it's a weird thing to think of. But yeah, so obviously Pleasance as Blofeld is great. That's why we have Dr. Evil. All that is because of that. Like You Only Live Twice. We've talked about it before on the show. Is what fueled Austin Powers, and it's like one of those. A lot of people like that movie. A lot of like older people I hear that talk about like, oh, I saw that movie in theaters and we loved it. Blah blah blah.
Well, the Dr. Evil was Blofeld from You Only Live Twice.
That's what I'm saying.
Austin's look was
Lazenby.
from On Her Majesty's, and then the feel was from the '67 Casino Royale. Because apparently that Mike Myers was a bigger fan of that film.
Really, I still
Casino
haven't seen
Royale?
it.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable. I've tried twice to watch it. I can't do it.
You're just too goofy.
Just-
It's just bad.
It's bad. Bad. It had like 5 different directors. But the part I always can't get past is when the actress who plays Ruby Bartlett in On Her Majesty's Secret Service is taking a bath with David Niven and says something to the extent of, "This is just like the bath my father used to give me."
Oh God.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's at that point where I Can't watch
Maybe
it
that song
anymore.
"Kinky" is from that movie.
Oh God.
Hey, oh.
Oh my God.
There it
All right,
is.
well, let's distract. Let's play a fun little game here, guys. Rate the Blofelds. Rate the Blofelds in order of preference.
Oh boy.
Everyone start with their number 5.
All right, my number 5 is Christoph Waltz.
My number 5 is Charles Gray.
Mine is Max von Sydow.
Okay. Andrew?
My number 4 is Telly Savalas.
Oof. My number 4 is Donald Pleasance.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Is number 4? My number 4 is Telly Savalas.
My number 3 would have to be Max Vaughn from Never Say Never Again.
My number 3 is also Max von Never Say Never Against the Dow.
All right. Next for me, Christoph Waltz.
My number 2 would be Charles Gray.
My number 2 would be Christoph Waltz.
Ooh.
Charles Gray.
My number 1 is Donald Pleasance.
My number 1 is Telly Savalas.
Wow.
Donald Pleasance for me as well, number 1.
Damn. All right.
That was fun.
Everyone explain your 1 and your 5.
Okay. I just don't like Spectre. So that's why I naturally put Christoph Waltz at number. I love Christoph Waltz as an actor. Like he's dope. Like I watched Django Unchained last night, and I'm just like, fuck, he's good. But I just don't like the film Spectre, and I just couldn't. I feel as though he kind of counteracted Daniel Craig, and Spectre is a mixed bag for a lot of people, from what I understand. But my number 1 is Donald. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'll say I like him in No Time to Die better because he's kind of like he's like Dr. Evil in the first act of Goldmember, where he's in the jail cell and we don't deal with him that much, but like it's enough to get in Bond's head and then deal with the real problem. I prefer
I like
that.
him for the torture sequence. When Bond is strapped to the chair. It's pretty good.
We're not so different, you and I. Donald Pleasance is my number 1 because he is the quintessential. He kind of started like the tropes of like being like a disfigured, cat-loving, just evil guy being evil for the sake of being evil. And Donald Pleasance as an actor is just tremendous. I watched You Only Live Twice with hindsight because obviously I was introduced to Donald Pleasance in the Halloween series, who he was great in. But
Playing Sam Loomis, who was played by John Gavin in Psycho.
That's right. I love Donald Pleasance as an actor, and yeah, I love his Blofeld. Charles, honestly, for me, it's like 1A and 1B because I like Charles Gray. So I don't know. I'm stumped.
Mario?
Yeah, for me, it's like I'm stuck with the both of them too, Gray and Pleasance, because they're such different characters, aren't they? They're just, one is kind of goofy and, it's like that fun evil, you know what I mean? But obviously Pleasance has that, obviously it's I think it's the look. Pleasance gives you that dead-eyed look. He knows how to turn his eyes off, you know what I mean? And like that first scene, we first see him lean forward and we see his face for the first time. To this day, it's still like, oh, holy shit. Like when we covered that movie for the podcast and I got to watch that and I was like, holy shit, man. Like he's very unnerving.
Talking about eyes, look at the direct comparison between him and Charles Gray.
Yeah, like look,
such dead eyes and then such bright blue eyes.
Yeah.
One's a teddy bear, the other one is like a sex offender.
like
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, he just Pleasance is tremendous, and again, seeing him in like the Halloween films and all that, it's like he's always been so like when I think of Blofeld, I think of him, but I also
the Dr. Evil correlation.
Yeah, like just seeing that, like that, the fact that was the choice they went with for his design is just hilarious. That like
blatant plagiarism.
Oh yeah, but yeah. So I love them both. Gray is great too, but gotta get to Pleasance. I think tremendous acting.
Well, I put Savalas at the top because I just love Majesties so much, and he and Lazenby play off each other very nicely. Savalas, this accomplished actor, and Lazenby, this fraud of an actor, essentially, who's doing an admirable job. And I don't know, I find Savalas as just super cool and menacing as fuck.
I need to rewatch Majesties. I've only watched it one time.
Such a masterpiece film.
I watch it on her Masterpieces Secret Service. I always go back and think, fuck, what if Connery was in the Lazenby role? So I gotta rewatch it.
And what if Lazenby was in this movie?
It would have fit way better. Would have fit way better.
It would have fit way better, yeah. Actually, I don't know.
Well, that's a good segue because my least favorite Blofeld is Charles Gray. Not because I don't love Charles Gray in this movie, because I do. But he's not playing Blofeld. He's just playing Charles Gray. You know what I mean? Like
he's Mr. Henderson again.
Exactly. Yes, it's the same. Yeah, the voice patterns, you'll see.
Yeah, it's like when Samuel L. Jackson is in any role. It's like I cannot suspend my disbelief and believe, okay, he's playing a cop or he's playing an agent or he's just Samuel L. Jackson.
I agree halfway with that.
Okay.
You talk about Django Unchained. I see him as Samuel L. Jackson, yes, but I also see him as what's his name in that? I just had it.
In Django Unchained?
Yes.
I forgot it too. Steven,
thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you. Yes. No, you're good. So I forgot his name clearly, but I can take him as these characters. I see him as Mace Windu. You know what I mean? Like
I don't. I see Samuel L. Jackson as a Jedi.
Okay.
I see Samuel L. Jackson in a robe. Oh God.
This is my bathrobe. I wore it to set.
Motherfucker.
But I love Charles Gray's performance in this. But as
it's
Blofeld,
so silly.
It's my least favorite Blofeld because I just think the more menacing performances are the better ones for me. I prefer a more menacing Blofeld, and this Blofeld is just camp goodness. You know?
I love campy Blofeld. Like seeing him in drag, like that always makes me laugh. I can watch that scene a million times.
Look what the cat dragged in.
I can watch that scene a million times. I'll still laugh. And the fact that Jill St. John kept it together, look at her face. She is stone faced during that scene. Like how do you not just die of laughter seeing
that's also
Sir Charles
edits.
Gray? It's true.
It's also editing. That's a thought of mine when she goes, "Ee." I'm like, you had other takes. You must have had other takes. Connery was one take. She must have been like, "Can I do another one?"
She turns into an idiot at the last quarter of this movie.
Yeah, let's talk about Jill St. John for a minute, man. Like, yeah, she is like
she's fine.
She's gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous.
Fine.
But yeah, like they make her seem the first act of the movie. We kind of seeing her. You're like, all right, this girl can hold her own. She seems like They made her like your kind of generic all American girl. Because like this is one of the only Bond films in the Connery line besides Goldfinger. He's in America, so they tried to make a very American film and with American characters, and she's pretty cool the first half, but then that's as soon as she gets in the
Smart,
car,
relatively.
yeah, like she's like distracting the guys at the gas station, and her like kind of like Brooklyn, like go blow up your pants and all that. And she says that to
tutor,
Circus.
Charlie, I'll give you something to toot about.
Yeah, just
I'll give you
very
a shot
like
in the mouth. I remember that one.
yeah, this very old American whatever. And she seems like she can hold her own, but like as soon as she gets in that car with Blofeld and Drag, it's like she got injected with like a stupid serum. Because
She got injected with damsel in distress serum.
Yeah, and like it's like
She
it's like
becomes
this
an
movie,
idiot.
It's like the movie
Except she's not in
realizes,
distress. She's like chilling.
Yeah, she's like, because she hasn't been attacked, so she won't be. But she's sunbathing on the
She
oil
participates. She participates in distress. Like I don't, because I'm with you, Mario. Where like, in Spy Who Loved Me, when Barbara Bach, is it Bach or Batch? I don't know how to pronounce it.
Bach.
Bach, yeah.
Barbara Bach. In that movie, I love her so much because she is kind of like intellectually like Bond's equal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she's a bad bitch. And I was thinking about that with Jill St. John. I'm like, oh my God, she's baddie. And then the final 15 minutes of the film, when when Connery gives her the gun, he's like, shoot. And she literally shoots herself into the ocean. And I'm like, are you like, it's like a Wile E. Coyote
One of my favorite
cartoon.
moments.
It's so freaking stupid, but you know what? It puts the perfect bow on Diamonds Are Forever because it is a silly movie, but it is great at the same time.
Yes.
Well, shall we get back into it?
Yeah,
Of course.
Have we even started? No, I think let's get back into it.
Barely. While assassins Mr. Wint and Mr. Kidd kill several diamond smugglers, including Dr. Tynan and Mrs. Whistler, M suspects that South African diamonds are being stockpiled to depress prices by dumping and assigns Bond to uncover the smuggling ring. What is dumping, real quick? Let's find out.
Dumping.
In economics, is a form of predatory pricing, especially in the context of international trade. It occurs when manufacturers export a product to another country at a price below the normal price with an injuring effect. The objective of dumping is to increase market share in a foreign market by driving out competition and thereby create a monopoly situation where the exporter will be able to unilaterally dictate price and quality of the product. Okay. They assign
Mr.
Bond
Wint
to
and Mr.
uncover...
Kidd are my favorite. I just want to say they're my favorite side characters in any film.
The best henchman, I think, ever. I'm trying to remember the. Do you guys ever watch Kids Next Door on Cartoon Network?
Yes.
They had two characters that were parodied off them. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture.
Really?
Yeah. Keep reading. I'll find those.
I've got it right here, Mr. Wink and Mr. Fib.
Yeah, there they are. Yeah,
man.
pull the picture up of them. Like I laughed so hard when I connected the two. I was like, holy shit. Yeah, there they are. My favorite. Oh,
And it kind of does look like Putter Smith.
yeah. Yeah, they didn't want to
little
be totally on the nose, but like they're so good though. It's my favorite.
And there was a similar thing in the 2003 Ninja Turtles cartoon. There were these mercenaries, Mr. Touch and Mr. Go, and they have the same dialogue.
Really?
As
They
Mr.
don't
Wint,
look-
Mr. Kidd.
They don't look the same, but they are clearly based off of them. So it's just funny how like those side characters, like at the time, they were probably just like, comic relief or just like, quote unquote, typical henchmen, but they had a legacy because they're hilarious.
Well, while we do all have to distance if we're not feeling well, and that's important, I am sad we're not in person today, so we can't have a moment to all hold each other's hands, and then the music comes in and
Every time I hear that little theme always kills me.
it's John Barry's Gay Sting.
Speaking of, are they
Yes.
gay canonically?
Oh, definitely.
Yes.
They do a good job of like not making it obvious, but still making it obvious. where like
Yeah.
you get the obvious hand holding in the desert, but
Yeah.
then there's that that always makes you laugh is that scene of them on the plane. And you get the zoom in of Mr. Kidd like behind the curtain, like zoomed in on his face, and then he sits down. And he's like says something to the effect of like, Miss Case is a very
Miss Case is very attractive
for a woman, of course.
for a lady.
And Mr. Winton looks at him
For a
so
lady.
pissed off. He looks at Mr. Kidd like
and
the
then
way
he laughs awkwardly.
he looks at
So weird.
He looks at Mr. Kidd the way I looked at Andrew when he asked me if he wanted to put milk in before the cereal. Like that.
You want to put milk in before the cereal
Disgusting.
for a lady?
for a lady.
And I looked at him and I heard.
And then we laughed.
Now
gay-
I have a
the
note.
gay
I
stand.
have a note on them being in the plane. Right.
Okay.
Let's go.
If God had wanted man to fly, he would have given him wings, Mr. Wint.
That's true.
Cut to them on a plane.
I didn't even put two and two together until right now.
Look at that.
Those hypocrites.
They
Who'd
are a
have
bunch of
thought evil
hypocrites.
people wouldn't keep their word.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Mario almost
So
put a
let me-
scorpion down my back when I talked to him about the milk thing. Jesus Christ.
That should be one of the trivia angles for the scorpion.
And then he-
He just sit there like, oh,
Oh, and I just
the
died.
delayed reactions in the death between him. And then he falls
Oh
and
my God.
smashes the scorpion.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm sure we'll get into it, but there's a lot of other
second Blofeld
delayed
gets
reactions.
gets shot.
Yeah.
When second
yeah.
Blofeld gets shot, yeah.
yeah, he kind of stands up but then goes down.
I
Yeah.
watched that
Oh, yeah.
sequence 5 times in a row, so my brain can process exactly what was going on. Because upon first viewing, it looks like Connery kicked the cat into
Yes.
Blofeld's lap, but
Yes.
I believe he just put his leg up there to startle the cat.
Yes, and
Now-
the cat jumped into Blofeld's arms,
Yeah,
indicating that that was the real Blofeld. But that doesn't mean anything. A cat is just going to jump.
yeah. The cat's gonna go to the nearest person that I don't
Yeah.
know.
And cats don't often jump into people's arms either, as far as
Yeah.
I know.
And
You
I-
usually got to pick them up.
I
My
like
cat's right here. I'm gonna try to. No, he's not moving.
Your
now
cat's
he's
not going to
scared.
jump up on you, as if I remember correctly. You've
He's
got
morbidly
a
obese.
giant cat.
Oh yes.
He's morbidly obese.
I don't think he's jumping anywhere.
No, he's not.
I like
he did leave though.
I like the idea that to keep up appearances, they had to get 2 cats that looked identical. But I also like
Exactly.
the idea that they got other henchmen, and they just, instead of turning them into Blofeld, they turned them into cats.
But
Like,
they're
no-
full-size humans.
like
they
they're
just
not
got
real-
patches of fur.
They're not
and
real
are
cats.
screaming in
they're-
agony.
Yeah, they're just it's like that Kevin Smith walrus movie Tusk.
Oh God,
they turn
they're
them into
just
a cat.
hybrids. They're just hybrid cat people.
Bunch of cats.
Oh my god.
Someone photoshopped
right, well-
Justin Long with a cat outfit on.
Okay. Impersonating smuggler Peter Franks, Bond travels to Amsterdam to meet contact Tiffany Case. The real Franks shows up on the way, but Bond intercepts and kills him, then switches IDs to make it seem like Franks is Bond. Tiffany and Bond, as Franks, go to Los Angeles, smuggling the diamonds inside Franks' corpse. At the airport, Bond meets his CIA ally, Felix Leiter, who is disguised as a customs officer, then travels to Las Vegas. At a funeral home operated by Morton Slumber, Frank's body is cremated, and the diamonds are passed on to another smuggler, Shady Tree. Having killed the diamonds, sent to an unknown individual. After having the diamonds sent to an unknown individual, Slumber takes part in a double cross, and Bond is nearly killed by Winton Kidd, who tried to cremate him. However, Tree stops the process after discovering the diamonds in Franks' body were phony, planted by Bond and the CIA.
I'm sorry. Go
Bond?
ahead. I was just laughing because I could just picture that line he says.
You dirty double-crossing limey think those goddamn diamonds are phonies.
At the White House, a casino hotel owned by reclusive billionaire Willard White, Tree works as a stand-up comedian. There, Tree is killed by Winton Kidd, who do not know that the diamonds were fake.
Ooh.
Shall we?
Yeah,
Talk?
yeah. Yeah, we got through a lot of that movie right there.
Yeah, there's a lot to digest.
Let's see. So let's start off with the Peter Franks angle. The Peter Franks angle. That's still one of my favorite.
You're watching the Peter Franks angle. Hello, I'm Peter Franks. Do you have the right angle on the stories of today? Well, not unless you have the Peter Franks angle, the Frangle.
Talking about like scenes that we quote a lot from this movie. This is probably the best acting I've seen from Sean Connery, because we talk about this a lot on the show. He very rarely will put on a voice for anything. He's played he's played Irishman. He's played
it's supposed to be Egyptian for Highlander. He's supposed to be Egyptian.
He's been Middle Eastern, but never attempts to change his voice. Never. This is the only time I've ever seen him change his voice in a very wacky, I can barely even tell what the accent is when he goes, "Oh, I speak English," or whatever.
Who is your floor?
Which I say that in my head every time I go in an elevator. I swear to God. Like, it just...
Who is your floor?
Who is your floor? So yeah, that sequence of the fight in the elevator is great. I kind of like... I've grown to like the whole...
world's slowest elevator.
Yeah.
Very slow.
Terrible.
They could have just walked up the... He could have run up the stairs and just held a gun, and that door would have opened 6 minutes later when it got up there, and he could have just shot Peter Franks.
Well, Dylan, I think I showed you a picture. I went help my friend move out of Boston, and he had a elevator like that in his old apartment. I think I sent you a picture. I think I sent you a video.
I think
or a
you
picture
did.
Of it.
Yeah.
And it was funny because it was only one floor, but we had to use it because some of the stuff was way too heavy to take down the stairs.
Did you guys fight?
Who is your floor?
And that's what I want to do. I was like, I want like, I was stuck in there once with like one of the delivery guys delivering food. I'm like, I should just fight this guy right now. take his food. Who is your floor?
Who's your floor?
But yeah, I do kind of like that angle of him. Like it's a very interesting bond in this movie, because I feel like a part of it's like it's not really like mentioned, but I think they're really trying to sell that he's an older Bond and he's like getting back into the swing of things, because that kind of like that botch of him looking at his watch to kind of wind up for a punch, and he goes to wind up and he breaks the window. I don't know if that was just like a botch production wise, or
I think that was part of the scene.
Like, I think that was like a distraction.
Also, when I say no, he was winding up. So the way I see it is that, the way Mario said, he was winding up to punch him, but kind of using it like, I'm looking at my watch, as I have a watch. I'm looking at my watch, but he doesn't anticipate the glass behind him being fragile, and he accidentally shatters it. Now, I said before this was like a one-take movie. That's a good example of one take being done well. You only shatter that glass once. I mean, you could probably pop in a new pane and do the take again, but it's a long take. And Connery genuinely does a good job of acting. It was recording everything. Anyway. Reacting to the window, and then just going right into it. It's brilliant acting in the scene. So, can you hear it?
Yep.
Who is your floor?
Oh, let's get that.
Yes, I'm English. I speak English. Who is your floor?
3, please.
That's pretty good.
Like, what a fast reaction. He like looks there, looks back at him.
Check my watch, just in case. I'm getting ready. He notices. Oh, hello. Oh shit! Wait a second. Hold on. Let's look. Does it look like that glass has been put back together right here, or maybe it's been pre-broken so it breaks easy? But
No.
Either way,
It's
done well.
Yeah,
That looks like
It's
a fresh
done very
paint.
well.
That looks like a
Yeah.
fresh pane of glass.
or
Yeah, it's
candy
done very
glass
well.
or whatever. But yeah, I love that little sequence. I think it's exciting. I like just the quick thinking of like, all right, let me get this guy down, switch to wallets, and then. But here's my other question about this whole sequence too. Tiffany Case, like, you just killed James Bond. Is James Bond like well known?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Like, is he a well known?
Well, I don't know. Everybody wants to make out with them, even James Bond,
James Bond wants to make that's. Oh my god.
Classic.
which everyone would see where Peter Franks is. Look where he's coming in. Right? And look where Bond is.
Like, it easily just been hiding there.
He would see. He would see, like, what's that man doing wrapping his arms around himself?
Hugging himself. But yeah, that's my big question. It's like, is he known? Because if we're going by the timeline,
Never say never again. Logic has that same thing. Sorry. Yeah. Agent James Bond, Agent 007. When Fatima Blush is looking at him through like binoculars or something.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Trying to get my thought back.
And in Thunderball, we're talking about if people know him in the world.
Yeah.
In Thunderball, Fiona Volpe is like, I know how this is. You're the great James Bond. You say something and you bring women to their knees.
Yeah, I was just thinking because of You Only Live Twice, he fakes his death. It's in the newspapers. Like James Bond, Secret Service, whatever, passes away.
Secret Service, giant picture.
Yeah,
front
like
page.
it's front
Secret.
page. It's him. And so, like, yeah, insane. So I'm like, it's always interesting to see, like, how does Tiffany Case know who James Bond is? It's very confusing. And is she working with the mobsters?
Yes, she was hired by them.
So she's hired by. Okay, so that all makes sense because that always confused me watching it in the past. I'm like,
this
okay,
movie is so confusing, which is why I wanted to read the wiki so that we can get a little bit of perspective on things, perhaps.
Yeah,
because it is tough to follow this plot.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, to answer my question for that sequence, and but yeah, I think that's a whole like fun sequence of him just trying to like do it. And my last question before we move on: when they hide the diamonds in Peter Franks' corpse, and Felix is it his ass? Like when Felix
anatomically,
like he's feeling it up. It's like I know the diamonds are in here, but where are they? And like. It's presumed.
He says alimentary, Dr. Leiter, which means the alimentary which is a pun on elementary, Dr. Leiter. Like, right? Is that what? It's a pun on the
Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes, yes. But the alimentary canal, is the whole passage along which food passes through the body from mouth to anus. It includes the esophagus, stomach, and intestines.
Yeah, your gastrointestinal tract. And I think that it was inserted in his ass. If this was a serious 007 movie, like say I don't know, Dr. No, for instance, I think they would shove it down his
Casino
mouth.
Royale.
Yeah, because it's because it's Diamonds Are Forever. They shoved it in his ass, clearly.
Pooping diamonds.
Anyway. Say that sentence one more time, Andrew. I want a clean cut of that sentence. Say that one more time.
Oh, wait, what?
Say that last sentence you just said.
Oh, clearly because it's Diamonds Are Forever, they shoved it in his ass.
Thank you. For the opening credits, I have a note. Jill St. John's costume guy, his name is Don Feld.
What?
I'm gonna make a dirty joke here, because it was the 60s and 70s. Everyone was getting around. Do you think at any point, in their working career, Jill St. John would blow Feld?
Oh,
Hey-o.
Hey.
The scene where the diamond magnate guy is explaining the process, the diamond smuggling process and whatnot. It cuts to the mine I wanted it to cut to the Molly Maguire is mine.
You can cut that, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. I'll make a little note on that one. Boom. Okay, Winton Kid, after they kill the guy with the scorpion, they say, "Curious."
Connery
Anyway.
curious.
Exactly.
Ooh.
The Money and Penny interaction is bad. You were discussing that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That's her one scene in this movie, and it sucks. She's
Yeah,
wasted in it.
especially with the context of Majesties. Where it's like
And
you're saying
she's so
diamond
good
in a
in that
ring.
movie.
And it's like, give me a diamond in a ring. Bro, you were just at my wedding. And you and saw my wife got shot like 10 minutes after the reception, bro. So that's another reason why these movies, I try to see this movie as a separate movie, not connected to anything.
It works better if you switch the order. If you
It does.
switch it and you make it You Only Live Twice and then Diamonds Are Forever and then On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
works way better.
Because the intro scene is in Japan.
Yeah, yeah. Then the Connery films just get progressively goofier to be reset by the Lazenby films.
Absolutely.
And then you can go ahead
Film,
and do the
film,
Roger.
excuse me.
You can do the Roger
Yeah.
Moore canon after that.
Oh, yeah, with slide
Yeah.
whistles and the whole nine.
I love.
And
I love
and
those
then honestly, then I would rearrange it so you've got On Her Majesty's Secret Service, then For Your Eyes Only, then The Spy Who or The Man with the Golden Gun, then The Spy Who Loved Me. You know what I mean? And then get progressively goofier with Roger Moore's as well. Yeah. And Daniel Craig's get progressively goofier.
Oh, sure. Oh, yeah.
Timothy Dalton's gets less goofier, and Brosnan's gets progressively goofier. That's like,
That's true.
You could rearrange them to create this perfect running goofiness order.
You should do a James Bond marathon where it goes from the most serious, most straight-laced spy films to the most outlandish, silly-ass movies.
Well, the one on the farthest end would be Quantum of Solace.
As like the
And
silliest or the most serious?
No, as the most serious.
Yeah, Quantum
And then,
would be the most serious. And then
and then the goofiest would probably be.
Octopussy.
No, it might be this one.
Really?
I think Octopus
Yeah.
is way more goofy. That's the one with the plane in the truck, right?
Yeah, but
In the cold open.
I think
Octopussy's
Mr.
Clown
Winton,
Bond,
Mr.
right?
Kid. I think Mr. Winton, Mr. Kid, Jill St. John at the end, Charles Gray. I think everything in this makes everything way goofier. Like, which one did you guys just say?
I
Octopussy.
agree that this movie's silly as
Octopussy.
shit.
Yeah,
I agree.
Octopussy will be towards the top for sure.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be like Octopussy, Diamonds Are Forever. Octopussy, I'm sorry, Die Another Day, and View to a Kill and Diamonds Are Forever.
I
Actually,
watched
switch
View to a Kill
and Die
fairly
Another
recently.
Day.
View to a Kill is terrible.
I haven't seen
I
that one in
cannot.
a while. I think that's
It's
the
bad.
least. That's the Roger Moore one I've
The
seen
least
the least.
appealing. Yeah.
I haven't seen that
It's
one.
The
in a
least
while.
appealing when you're going back and for a rewatch of a Bond film.
It's sad. It's sad. Watching Roger Moore and Moneypenny is just like, oh my God, it's like an old
Yeah.
folks' home.
Oh, they're so old. Oh,
Yeah, and the
God.
outfits all it feels like you're watching just like a BBC original program.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like the BBC had their own Miami Vice. That's what. That's what it would look like.
Liverpool Vice.
Exactly. It's that silly.
My next thing I want to talk about, gents, can we let's just take a listen here. Let's talk about the Skinny Bridge.
The skinny bridge.
Oh, the hovercraft is pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
I like the craft.
It is cool.
Is one of the oldest bridges in Amsterdam, the Skinny Bridge. It was built over 300 years ago by two sisters who wanted to visit each other every day. Unfortunately, they ran out of money, so that is why it is called the Skinny Bridge.
What?
They ran out of money?
What? Okay, did the dad like fuck one woman and then row his boat over to the other side and fuck another one and then deny boat access to both women and their future daughters? and then the daughters are like, "I see you over there, sister," and the mom's like, "Yeah, that's your sister. Your dad came over and fucked me too, and then he fucked right off. I don't know where he is, but." We don't have a boat. We don't have. I got like $50, and they got like $50. I think that can build us a little bit of a bridge. We can build enough bridge to be stable to walk on, but it won't get us very. It won't get us very far. Or we can build a very skinny, unsafe bridge that will reach all the way.
So I watched this movie last night, and I was very high when I watched this movie. And when they said the skinny bridge. I was. And when they said the skinny bridge, my first thought, and this just shows how much of an idiot I am. My thought was the opening. I thought it was going to be like narrow. That's why it's called the skinny bridge. But it turns out like, oh, that's pretty spacious to me. Why the fuck is it called the skinny bridge? That's weird. I thought it was just a small opening. It's not that small.
It looks like... Yeah, it looks like the. Well, you can't even see the depth in that, but it looks like it's big enough for a car. But then this little part looks like it's very small, maybe just for like one car to go.
No,
skinny.
That's just a walkway. Only bikes and pedestrians go on that bridge.
Oh, okay.
It's not a vehicle bridge, a pedestrian bridge, just to walk.
Huh.
Because there's I think it's a new Call of Duty. There's a mission where you actually walk across that bridge.
Really?
And, yeah, I saw it somewhere.
Is it called the Skinny Bridge?
But I think they call it the Skinny Bridge. It's called. I'm looking it up right now on according to Wikipedia.
Another person pretending to be dead. Don't open your eyes. Sorry.
It's called the Magier Brug, but in English translated to Skinny Bridge. The bridge over the Amstel in Amsterdam, Netherlands. It connects the banks of the river of Kierstraat between like I pronounce those words. Central. Let's see. Present to build, but yeah, it's. I think it's just a walking bridge. And it looks exactly the same. I'm looking at a picture from 2017, which is like probably like the more recent.
Oh wow!
Right
this
there.
Is actually this is a landmark.
Yeah, look, it's the same. It looks the same.
I can't see it. Why can I not see it?
Is it not showing
there
up
we
for
go.
you? But yeah, looks
There it is now.
exactly the same as it looked in the film.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun. But yeah, if you look at it, just a little pedestrian bridge, people walking over, blah blah. A couple of bigger sailboats might come through. That's about it. But yeah, nice little cozy bridge.
Look at that. Now, I wanted to make note, Andrew, you said you watched this last night. You watched it last night?
Yes, I did.
Now, I will say that this is the first Connery Curious film that I've watched that it's taken me 2 years to watch.
How so?
2 years.
Because I started it at about 6:30. Or about 4:30, excuse me, 4:30 on December 31st.
Here we go.
Oh,
and then I had to go do something, and then I finished it on January 1st, 2024.
Wow.
Fun. Yeah, I'll leave now.
Boo.
And I thought I made it a New Year's Eve without someone saying, "See you next year." Somehow that's worse.
I didn't say that. I never said that. Did I say that?
No, but I'm saying that what you just said is worse.
I disagree. I don't think that's as bad. It's not as
It's better.
Took me 2 years to watch this movie.
Fucking the guy at Picasso said that to me. I was just like, fuck yourself. Don't say that.
Picasso's. I miss Picasso's, brother. Anyways,
What's Picasso's?
It's a pizza place where I live.
Ooh.
which is like
Yeah.
I think only we fund that place to stay open because I think we
I
we
pay the
order-
owner's salary.
we
on a weekly
order from
basis.
there every pay-per-view night. Every time we hang out, it's always Picasso's. It's a Picasso's night.
It's Picasso's. But you gotta say it like Ric Flair.
Picasso's.
I got a Picasso pee. right now. So
All right, me and Andy will keep going. then.
I'll be right back. You guys keep going.
All
I'll
right.
be right back.
All right.
We'll do our Picasso's ad. This episode of Connor Here is brought to you by Picasso's.
Boys and girls, have you ever found yourself zooted on a Saturday night watching Martin Lawrence movies, but you're starving? You have nothing to eat? Guys, Picasso's is the answer. They got the honey hot wings. They got buffalo chicken pizza. They got the classic margarita pizza, the Western pizza. They have everything from top to bottom, whether you want a wrap, whether you want snacks, whether you even want a chip and salsa dish. Go to PicassoRocks.com/ConneryCurious and you can get yourself no discount. You can get absolutely no discount, but you will support Picasso's and you will support the show. Again, that is PicassoRocks.com/ConneryCurious.
Tremendous. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Ladies and gentlemen, this is the American dream. The Thoreau. Tend to get down to the pay window at your local Burger King for Whopper Wednesday. Ooh, baby, get yourself 2 delicious Whoppers with cheese, lettuce, tomato, pickle, and of course some delicious raw onions over at your local Whopper Junior restaurant. BK, baby. Ooh, yes. Let's do all the promos now. all the ad breaks. Oh, we got at least 2. We got 2 ads in the bank there, Dylan.
Yeah.
Woo
For
Wing,
what?
legendary flavors, and World Championship wings, prepared by Kitchen Data Systems.
This is the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, telling you to go down to KFC for the new Woo Crispy, Woo Tangy, Woo Georgia Gold flavor of Georgia. No, let me do it again. I should know this ad by now.
Take a breather. Take a breather.
All right, hold on.
Marinate in it for a second.
This is the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, telling you to go down to KFC for the new Woo Crispy, Woo Tangy, Woo Honey Mustard Barbecue flavor of Georgia Gold Chicken. Woo.
Now do it as Connery.
Oh, jeez. That's the same KFC one? Yes. This is Sean Connery telling you to go down to the local KFC for the new Woo Crispy, Woo Tangy, Woo Honey Mustard Barbecue flavor of Georgia Gold Chicken. Woo.
Oh, my God.
It was sprinkle these ads in the middle of episodes.
Now do an ad for Picasso's as Sean Connery. Do you ever want to slap the delivery driver? Well, you can give yourself a slap, but you can give yourself a slap of the honey hot wings.
Hey, that is definitely something people have brought up to me about this podcast, and it's definitely something we've had to contend with. Why?
It's a sign of that. Come on, it's a product of the time.
Well, no, I know it's. We're not going to get into it, but it's definitely that has come up when people
I
find
know.
out about
Listen,
this podcast, and
you
I
can
don't really
separate-
have any defense for it besides we like watching the films.
Yeah,
know?
that should be
And
the only defense.
sometimes we don't like watching the films
Yeah,
because
You
of
don't
that
have to-
reason.
Well, listen, you don't have to fucking explain yourselves to anybody, man. If you can go back and listen to a Michael Jackson record, like there's plenty of Harvey Weinstein movies that I enjoy. I don't fucking support him. They're just I'm sorry, like
Yeah.
Connery Curious.
Well, I mean,
it's a
on that
great
note,
pod and a great name.
My sister has a podcast, Under the Fedora, a Michael Jackson podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm subscribing right now. Hold on.
It's tremendous.
Well, thank you. Also, subscribe to the Connery Curious YouTube page and Patreon.
Under the Fedora.
Sorry, we're doing more shameless. Also subscribe to the Woo Connery Curious YouTube page and the Woo Connery Curious Patreon. Sign up for the $10 Woo Most Curious Connery tier. Woo.
What's your you're probably gonna cut this out. What's your sister's name?
Tess McGowan. I'm not gonna cut it out.
Perfect.
She's been on the show.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. I don't know if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, she did an
Yeah,
episode
she
on
was-
Bad. Oh my god,
Yes.
dude, I
And,
love Bad.
She
That's a great
did
record.
an episode with us on Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Tremendous.
So yeah, the elevator fight is still pretty good. Q is loading 6 giant missiles into a car, into the hood of a car, not even like the trunk or anything, like the hood,
Just comically huge.
where an
missiles.
engine would go.
Oh God.
I was trying to look. I don't think it's because I thought it looked like the Aston Martin Vantage, like
I'll
Dalton's.
pull it up.
But I don't think. It's definitely an Aston Martin. I think it's an Aston Martin. It's a DBS.
There it is.
There it is. Yeah, it's definitely an Aston Martin. I think it's an Aston Martin DBS. So I wonder if that was like a car they were going to do. Actually, you know what? It might be the Majesty's car.
That'd be a nice
Maybe.
Easter egg.
Yeah, it might be. It might be the Vantage from Her Majesty's Secret Service.
What car is in Q's lab in Diamonds Are Forever? Ford Mustang Mach 1.
That's the red car he drives.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no. If you look up, yeah, I'm looking at a picture right now. Hold on, let me share my screen. Yeah, so this is the exact car. It's an Aston Martin Vantage. So that's probably the car.
Oh, you are
so
correct. You're
it's
correct.
it's
beautiful.
It's like it's a mixture of kind of like with the of the sort of like the design. You can see the transition
Valiant.
of designs. It looks like the Dalton one, but also some design features of the DB5 and the Vantage we see in Majesty's. So it's probably like a 70, probably a new model. It's probably like the 71 DBS. So yeah, you can totally tell. Same car. That's a fun little nod. It's like, you know, what could have been, what the car could have been. Because it's the first time, you know, we're seeing Connery in an American vehicle, a Ford Mustang.
That's a beautiful car.
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful freaking car. And but yeah, it's like some people I've talked, you know, saying like, oh man, like, you know, Connery and, you know, the Bond purists, like him and a Mustang, that's so like they really want to sell to the Americans, like this is an American movie. We have American muscle in this car. And then like we totally broke the seal when we move on to you know, Dalton was the last Aston Martin guy for a minute, and then you bring in Lotus and to the Roger Moore films, and then you kind of got back to the Aston Martins later on with Brosnan, but the first half is all BMW, and that blew people's minds. Like, Bond doesn't drive a BMW, he drives an Aston Martin, a luxury car. But like, oh, but he's BMW
Yeah,
luxury.
I don't think Moore ever drives a...
He just drives the
Martin, does
he just drives the Lotus.
He drives the Lotus.
The only time he drives the Aston Martin DB5 is in Cannonball Run. He plays himself. I showed Andrew this movie,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
And
I love the Cannonball Run. What are you talking about?
oh, I love it, but like everyone else that watch it and like
Oh, come on.
Everyone else-
It's an interesting film for
I
sure.
love it. I
But yes,
love that
yes,
movie.
he is driving the... He's great in it. He's great in it.
yeah, he plays himself, but he's like it's like he's Roger Moore, but he's like he has this thing in his mind that he's like he is
A
James
secret
Bond.
agent. He's James Bond.
Yeah, he's driving
without
the
saying
ass-
James Bond.
Yeah, he's just like, you know, I am Roger Moore. Well, no, this is what it is. He plays a guy, I think his name's like Percy or something in the movie, but he thinks he's Roger Moore. But he is
Yes,
Roger
yes.
Moore. So it's like a double mindfuck of a joke, and if you don't understand it, you're going to be like, well, this is a silly movie. But no, it's just a funny tidbit about that movie.
That's funny.
But yeah, that's my car nerd section of the show today. I thought that was fun. Now we had a little bit of Aston Martin love in this movie.
Tremendous. You boys mind if I take a leak really quick? I'm
Let's
sorry.
do it.
Take a Connor P.
Let's take a Connor P. Transition.
Gentlemen.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, did I interrupt? I'm sorry.
Oh no. We're just talking about getting.
We're
dinner.
talking about food. We're talking about getting dinner.
Are you guys getting dinner together without me?
No, unfortunately not. I might still be COVID positive. Actually,
Shit. Really?
I should be good now. Yeah, I went to Long Island with COVID.
Damn, you're here. Well, yeah. Well, at least you guys got the seats like away from everybody, so that was good.
Yeah. It was brutal. I had to wear a fucking.
And you got to see Edge fucking get cucked. Anyways,
That was crazy.
we don't talk about
Once
it.
everyone's feeling better, I'm cooking dinner. You guys come over.
Ooh.
Okay?
All right.
I'll play some music.
Hell yeah.
Sound okay?
Just don't give me any of your cookies. I won't survive.
I'll get some good weed for us. to smoke.
Okay.
Yeah, me and Andy will be on the couch together jamming with Pink Floyd.
I would be.
Oh, he told you about that, huh?
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
I laughed so fucking hard when he told me that.
Oh yeah, I was gone. I was like Lee on the church. I was fucking sleeping on the couch, like the couch that's right behind Dylan. I was fucking knocked out, couch, staring at
Lee
the
on
wall.
the church?
Joey Diaz's podcast. He always gets this guy Lee wicked fucked. If he gives him like the stars of death, he'll give him like 3 stars or whatever. Just fucking keep dosing him, and he's like always half asleep on the podcast. If you're watching the video, it's always him like. Which is kind of like how I am on Wrestling's Real.
Yeah, because on Wrestling's Real, we're always super baked for, and it's bad.
Well, I just did a dab, so.
There we go.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah, brother.
All right, let's get back into this.
Alrighty. So when it gets to Vegas, I have notes that no one is watching those dancers.
Yeah, pull the scene up, because I was thinking the same exact thing.
Yeah, it's like an ambiance thing. They're just kind of.
Oh, I fucking love this guy.
Actually, it looks like a reflection. Is that a reflection of a mirror? I just noticed.
People say I have the body of Rock Hudson. Whoever finds out what I'm doing to her to be madder than hell.
One of these women is Miss Tessmacher from the Superman film.
Really?
Really?
Yes, I believe it's the one in the red. I think. Shady Tree sucks. We want to talk about the comedy of Shady Tree.
I love Shady Tree.
Really? Well, I have his Wikipedia page here. Leonard Barr, he was a stand-up comedian.
No shit.
Yeah, I remember him from. He showed up on The Odd Couple, like the original Odd Couple from like the 70s.
In the non-dialogue New York scenes in the first season and in later episodes with dialogue, and albeit unnamed.
Yeah, because I remember seeing an episode a while ago, and I was like, "That's Shady Tree." So
He's
yeah.
also on MASH as a comedian.
Oh yeah. So obviously not a huge range for him.
He I just found out he's Dean Martin's uncle.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was frequently on his variety show.
Yeah.
Cameron Crowe also depicted Barr as a foul-mouthed real-life character in Almost Famous.
Wow.
So somebody plays him in Almost Famous. Estrella Barr. Okay, so Bijou Phillips plays Estrella Barr. So maybe it's like her father or something. Anyway. I've never watched Almost Famous.
Me either.
Anyway.
Oh, side note,
anybody
Dylan,
have any-
before I forget, I finally watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
What'd
How
you
is it?
think, my friend?
My favorite Tarantino movie.
Wow.
Really?
I fell in love with that movie, dude. Because I love
Isn't it so good?
old television and old movies, and the soundtrack's tremendous because it's all the music from the movie, but they also put like old, like Coca-Cola ads and stuff, like
That's
on the
so
radio
cool.
and shit. And so it's cool to listen to when you're driving around.
Have
Tremendous
you seen
film.
it, Andrew?
No. I think that might be the only Tarantino movie I have not seen as of yet. I have not seen. I've been
Hateful.
wanting to. No.
No.
It's okay, but freaking Hateful Eight's you can probably miss Hateful Eight. It's okay, but Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, everybody and their mom has been singing their praises about that movie. I think my favorites. I think it's Django Unchained is up there for me, but Pulp Fiction will always be my favorite.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah, of course.
Once Upon
love for those movies
Once
too.
Upon
of
a
course.
Time in Hollywood is a vibe.
Oh, it's
That movie
such
is
a
a
fucking
3-hour summer vibe. I like watching that movie in the summer.
Yeah, I
You
can
wait for a really hot day.
I could
you
tell why.
Like turn the AC on. You put that on. You have a root beer.
Where does the time
Smoke a
go?
little pot.
It's from 2019. Holy shit!
Right?
Yeah, it was a movie. I was like, when I first saw the trailers for it, I was like, this looks like my kind of movie, and like, the cast was tremendous, and I was like, I gotta fucking see this, but it always got away from me, and then finally I was like, I gotta sit down and watch this movie. So luckily I was sick, so I was like, now I have no excuse but to watch this movie.
It's in my backlog for sure.
You got
So,
watch
Andrew,
it.
I would recommend, if you haven't seen the movie, and Mario, I would recommend, since you have seen the movie, both of you should read the book. Andrew, you should read it before you watch the movie.
Ooh.
Because the book is not the movie. It is a completely different story. It is the story Tarantino originally wanted to make, I guess. But it is basically the backstory to the movie.
I had no idea it was a book.
It makes references to the movie, and one of the plot lines from the movie is in the book, but not all of them.
Is it on Audible?
Like Leo's plot line. Yes, and it's read by Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Fuck yeah. Okay, because I only read books nowadays. I can't sitting down with a book. Unfortunately, that luxury is gone.
Yeah, I gotta listen to it while I'm doing shit.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
here.
it's good. I have a copy of the book itself, and I read it on a road trip. And,
That's sick.
It's good, but it's not the movie. So I would say, Andrew, you read it before you watch the movie, and Mario, you read it having already watched the movie, because it'll be two completely different experiences.
Oh,
After you read it, go watch the movie, because it functions more as like you read the book and it makes a reference to the movie, and you're like, wait, what is this? It makes a reference to an event. It's just like, oh, and this happened in the future, and then the book just moves on, and you're like, what is this thing that happens in the future? I need to know, and it's in the movie.
So it is a novelization of the movie, but it's different.
No,
it's not a novelization.
No, there's one plot line from the movie that is in the book, and I'll spoil it now because it's kind of inconsequential. So, Mario, the Leo going to work plotline on the set of
The cowboy
Lancer.
picture?
Lancer. It's a television show. It existed. So that plotline is in the book. Just that.
Oh, okay.
And it's just him. It's the same as it is in the movie. It's just him a day at work. Where he has a little bit of a mental breakdown.
Okay.
So.
Excellent.
And that's it. That's the only thing that really gets shared between the two.
All right.
Sweet.
And it's interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't want to blow
I'd be
up into
interested
a
to-
side tangent,
No,
but I just
no.
wanted to mention that I
It's
saw it and I
okay.
really loved it.
Good.
It's a wicked vibe film, isn't it?
Yeah, just like my kind of vibe. I love that era of television so much, and tremendous. Yeah. Anyways,
What just happened to your screen? Was that little thumbs up? Did you do that?
I didn't mean to. If I did,
That was cool. What'd you think of the
I
ending,
didn't-
Mario, without spoiling it?
wow. Oh, me and Alicia were screaming for the last half hour. Like, what's gonna happen, man? And then when the big thing happens,
When it explodes.
when
oh boys,
when thing, yeah.
I gotta watch it now. I gotta watch it.
The movie is a vibe all the way through, but about halfway, this powder keg gets lit,
It gets crazy,
and then it's just waiting for that powder, that line, that flame to hit to finish the line of powder.
It's like a skit from I Think You Should Leave, where it's like you think you know what's going to happen,
Yes!
but then something
Oh,
completely different happens, and you're like,
and equally
what?
as funny.
Yes,
Give me that.
give me that.
It is really funny. It is such a
Are
funny.
you going to tell everybody that I ate Dylan's burger?
I love that skit so much.
Andrew tried
Oh
to do
my
that to me
God.
in real life.
So Dylan, you want to hear something funny?
Yes, I do.
I concocted a plan, but it didn't happen. I was going to do that to Mario. Because when we get Picasso's, he usually gets a spinach pie, and I get, whatever, a steak submarine. But I was going to buy 2 spinach pies, give Mario the one he thought he was going to eat, and I was just going to be like, I should have got that. And I was just gonna like pretend to eat it, and then I was actually gonna take it and be like, Mario, I'm gonna eat the whole thing, and I was gonna house that whole spinach pie in front of him, just to see his reaction.
His acting in that is golden.
Take the last bite.
Give it. the regret on his face. I quote that all the fucking time.
Give it that.
Give it that. I ruined dinner for Kelly and I. I ruined dinner because I always say that to her.
On kind of a similar note, so I signed up for the Big Brothers program.
Oh, sweet.
I went to an initiation meeting, and they showed us a video of how Obama is a big brother. Mm-hmm. And they're all big brother, aren't they? No.
Oh man.
But it was like kind of heartwarming because it's like probably like a 16 or 17-year-old maybe, and they're playing Connect 4. They're sharing a meal. They're playing basketball, and I think they're like having a burger or a sandwich or something. They're playing basketball.
Just hearing that makes me laugh.
And Obama says, "Give me that."
Obama.
I'm getting to it.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And then like I think he's like helping him with his homework. After the video, I turned to the class because I was sitting in the front, and I just quipped real quick. I'm like, "Can you guys imagine Trump in that video?" and then I was just imagining it as it was playing out in my head of like helping him with the homework, and Trump is just like, I don't know. Or
I don't know what I'm doing.
Playing Connect 4, and he loses, and you see the Trump's moves are terrible, so he loses and he just knocks the game board off the table. Playing basketball, and he just like he's standing far away and he throws it and just like piddles down,
Just fucking up.
and then he walks away, and then same thing with the food. Give me that. just takes the kid's food.
Mr. President, do you want a bite? Yeah, I think I would.
Give me that.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna eat the whole thing. And he just eats the whole thing in front of the kid.
Do the regret face as Trump. All right. Anyway, that was my side.
Unbelievable. Bit. Are you people going to tell everyone that I took Dylan's burger?
Say you're going to kill Joe Biden. Do it. Say you're going to kill him.
Oh, say it again. I didn't have my cell phone out. Anyways, diamonds are forever.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about diamonds are forever.
I hate Connect 4.
I despise Connect 4. Unbelievably crooked game for crooked children.
They were all in the same piece of plastic that's connected to me.
Rigged. Made in Mexico. Unbelievable. Plastic pieces. Hasbro in Mexico.
Now see, this would be a better stand-up bit than Shady Trees. We're back.
Oh yeah,
there it is.
Sorry.
Shady Trees comedy sucks. However, Andrew, you said you watched the deleted scene. Scenes, plural.
The only scenes I watched were the one with fucking Plenty O'Toole coming into the room. Because didn't her body appear in the pool at one point?
Yes. And it's because that deleted scene she goes back into the room and sneaks into Tiffany Case's bag.
I don't remember a fucking shady deleted scene.
So there's a deleted scene of Mr. Wint and Mr. Kidd killing Shady Tree, and they use.
I didn't see that.
Hold on.
Can you pull it up?
Jamie, can you pull it up?
Jamie, can you pull that up really quick? No, because there's a video on YouTube called "Diamonds Are Forever" deleted scenes. It's only 7 minutes, but it's all the deleted scenes. I must have.
Shady, we just adore your act. What taste, style, and we have a few suggestions.
Critics and material I don't need. I haven't changed my act in 40 years.
Ah, but this one's surefire.
That's the oldest guy.
And this one, We'll kill you.
Come on, fellas, the popping gun and squirting fly routine, you gotta be kidding.
Whose company, Mr. Wynn? The tree was a crowd, Mr. Kid.
And tree was a crowd.
That's tremendous.
I
That
love
should have been in the film. How come that wasn't
should
in the
have been
film?
in the film.
He gave-
That really should have been in the film.
He gave like a Dave Chappelle, like, ah!
I'm Wayne Brady, bitch!
Another delayed death reaction.
That would have been the third. That would have been the third in this film.
Would it have been the third?
Yeah, because
got-
the delayed reaction with the doctor getting bit by the
Blofeld,
scorpion.
the doctor.
Yeah, so Shady Tree.
There must be another one here somewhere.
Oh, the
We'll find it as we go.
the gentleman who oh shit, it's near the end of the movie. The Asian gentleman, when he sees the chaos occurring and he's like completely straight faced and he screams, ah! It's just super
Oh yeah,
delayed.
and gets lit on fire.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That's fucking funny too. Everybody in this movie's an extra.
They are either being extra or they are an extra.
Exactly. There's no in between.
All right, let's move on a bit. At the craps table, Bond meets the opportunistic Plenty O'Toole and after gambling brings her to his room. Slumber's henchmen ambush them, throwing O'Toole out the window and into the pool. He didn't know there was a pool down there. Bond spends the rest of the night with Tiffany, instructing her to retrieve the diamonds at the Circus Casino. Tiffany reneges on her deal and flees, passing off the diamonds to the next smuggler. However, seeing that O'Toole was killed after being mistaken for her, Tiffany changes her mind. Okay, so that gives clarity to a lot of things, you know? Okay. She drives Bond to the airport where the diamonds are given... Sorry. She drives to the airport with Bond. She drives Bond to the airport where the diamonds are given to White's casino manager, Bert Saxby, who is followed to a remote facility, a research laboratory owned by White, where a satellite is being built by Professor Dr. Metz, a laser refraction specialist. After being revealed as an imposter, Bond escapes by stealing a moon buggy and reunites with Tiffany. That night, the two lead the police on a chase in the downtown streets and escape safely. Shall we?
Isn't that redundant? Professor Doctor?
No.
No? Professor
No, because he's
Professor Doctor.
that means he's a doctor and a professor.
I feel like at that point you just
He
pick
can
one.
teach other doctors. He's got a doctorate and he was a professor. Why not stack titles? If you had multiple titles, why not stack them?
I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. This seems like too much to me. I feel like I just pick one. Like doctor.
Do you think if Sean Connery was a doctor, he wouldn't be Sir Dr. Sean Connery?
It just sounds like too much.
He goes full Scottish accent. Like he's shoot Sean Connery when he's
I thought
in
you
the
said
lab.
Scottish Jackson.
No. Scottish Jackson. That's Samuel L. Jackson's Scottish brother. But Sean
Samuel
Connery.
O. That would be Samuel O. Jackson.
Samuel O. Jackson.
Oh, Jackson.
But yeah, in that scene where Sean Connery is in the lab and he's saying that he's the professor doctor doing the testing, he straight up is just speaking like full like Sean Connery. Like, "Oh lad, how are you doing, laddie?" Like his accent, he's not.
Wait,
even
what was that?
"Oh lad, how are you, laddie?" I can't do a Scottish accent.
During which
Baby.
scene is this?
That's when he's in the. I thought that's the scene you were referring to.
Like when he gets the radiation tag and he goes into the lab. That scene.
That's what I thought
You
you were
mean
referring
Klaus
to.
Hergesheimer?
Yeah.
Yes. That's
Do a Sean Connery voice for us, Andrew?
Yes.
Yes.
There we go.
You know, sometimes I find it, you know, if women always want to get the last word.
Whoa, not that.
Oh, not that?
Jesus Christ.
I was in a league of extraordinary gentlemen.
There we go. Thank you.
Fantastic, underrated film. I'm sorry, I didn't know what
wasn't
the
sure of the
parameters
accent
were.
you were doing before. I didn't know if you were doing Shrek there.
No, the only that's the only Sean Connery interview I've ever watched.
And the only other Scottish person who've ever been like shown is fat bastard. So everything is kind of a fat bastard.
Yeah.
Oh, I baby.
Everybody is a little Scottish. Sean Connery is a little Scottish sometimes. Sometimes when he's in an interview, he kind of rolls his R's and he, kind of talks in a weird Scottish.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Sean Connery's shoot voice.
It's not that thick though. The S's are always thicker than the rolled R's.
Yes.
Yes. Two no's and a yes means yes.
Jesus Christ, dude! What is with you tonight?
That's Family Guy. They spoof Sean Connery.
Exactly.
Oh my God!
Come on, I didn't say it. I didn't come up with it.
Sean Connery said it.
Well, this isn't the offense episode.
I'm sorry.
Frankly, I'm offended.
Oh, buddy.
Okay. What else do I got? Vegas is so small.
It feels
It's
like
so quaint.
that like scene of like the car chase of like, oh, you dirty bastard, of the sheriff like pulling them over and stuff. That looks like a movie set. It looks like the Universal lot. Honestly, it felt like the Hill Valley like set from Back to the Future 1. You know what I mean? It felt like one street with some like neon lights around. Like it does not. It does not feel like Vegas. I mean, let's look at the trivia. Were they actually in Vegas for this movie? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Were they actually?
They were.
Vegas?
Yeah, yes, they were.
They were.
Oh, okay.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense with a lot of the exterior stuff, like the gas station stuff like that. But yeah, that street at night looks like a fucking set, man. It looks like a back lot to me.
Well, there are some sets for sure, but they're for practical purposes, like Connery on top of the elevator, which we'll get to. I want to go through my notes here in the order that I have them. Let's talk about Zambora. Wouldn't it be funny if the Zambora scene was the trailer for Diamonds Are Forever?
Just the scene of her transforming into a gorilla or a guy in a gorilla suit.
And that, like, the whole scene, that's the trailer for the new James Bond movie. Like, you get the same like intercut like titles, like, wow,
Diamonds Are Forever,
exciting adventure yet, but it just cuts to
Zambora.
people just looking and then woo.
Like that'd be funny if they don't sell it as a James Bond movie. Like they say, like, they show like
Zambora.
You hear like the doctor's like, we're gonna start this experiment, whatever, blah blah, and like if anything were to happen,
going to set this
get out.
experiment.
And so you think you think it's like a monster movie, but it's gonna be the new James Bond movie. That'd be the greatest mislead ever.
It's the whole scene plays out. Diamonds are forever. Gun barrel. Anyway, funnier in my head, I guess.
Oh, honey.
Oh, sweetie.
I love you guys.
I love you.
We all love each other.
And then, wouldn't it be funny if on she's trying to escape, but Tiffany gets mauled by Zambora?
That would actually
it's loose. It's loose. The diamonds are lost.
That would have been the funniest thing at the end, like, when they're when they're calling for backup at the end, when they puts the red balloon up, like that's what happens is they send another one of those like those silver balls that James Bond came down in, but they open it and Zambora comes out and starts attacking everybody on the oil rig.
Now that's a deleted scene. Now that's a deleted scene. I would love. Now that's an actual deleted scene. I'm here for that.
Oh,
we're almost in the future where we can just ask AI to make that for us.
Oh yes.
Google it.
The Lana Wood pool scene is terrifying. Both pool scenes, because both of her scenes really involve pools, but the being tossed out a window that had to be a stunt person, unless that was really her. Either way, that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that would kill you anyway. You would just die on impact because they were way up there, right?
Yeah, at least 10 floors, right?
Yeah, nobody would survive that. I mean, potentially.
How did the pool toss stunt done in Diamonds Are Forever? I don't know. I can't type tonight. I can never type. There's a video of behind the stunts. Well, I'll watch that later. Anyway, it's still pretty crazy.
It's gruesome.
But according to this article from Lana Wood, it's in the Hindustan Times from 2013, April 1st, 2013. The cement block that she was tied to kept it was at an angle where she was, if she kept her head down, it looked like she had drowned, and she could put her head up and breathe. The block kept slipping down on the slope.
There's a lot of room for error, especially back in the day. Like we mentioned the scene of the guy in the mashed potatoes, like holding his breath. There's a lot of room for error. You know what I mean? And even the Bambi and Thumper scene, which Connery's just holding them both underwater. Like, do they give him an Iggy? Like, hey.
Yeah, they probably could just slap his leg.
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
They probably just went under the water and stayed down for as long as they could hold their breath and just slapped his leg and let him back up.
Yeah, stunts back then, man. We've talked about it on quite a few Bond films during this podcast. Like, I think that we talked about the guys.
Quite a few films.
Yeah, films in general. Yeah, but like, you know, I always think of Dr. No, of the last sequence of him escaping Dr. No's island, and then people are jumping into the water and shit, and almost like cracking their heads on like the boats and stuff, and on the dock itself. Like,
there's a dude who's like not like playing passed out. And Connery just
actually
tosses him off the boat. No, he's playing unconscious.
Oh, he's playing unconscious.
And Connery tosses him off the boat, but the guy stays in character, but he comes so close to just being like chewed up by the back propeller.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude.
People getting set on fire in From Russia with Love and jumping into water that's on fire. So
there were people on fire in this movie, right? Or was that like a digital effect?
Yep. Mr. Kidd goes up in flames, and that's really Putter Smith going up in flames with his wispy hair.
It's kind of funny.
It's
kind of funny, but
what was he thinking?
Also terrifying.
What his first thing is like shish kebabs on fire,
flaming shish kebabs,
and slowly walking at him like that's your idea of the kill. Like, I know you guys are very theatrical in your kills, but
how many times do they fail to kill Bond? 3, right?
At least, yeah. Let's see.
They do a slow ass cremation plot.
Yeah.
And I love that when Bruce Glover is pressing the buttons, he's like, "Oh wait, I'm sorry."
He doesn't know how to do it,
and he like almost misses, and he like
2 fingers.
Again, one take. Everything is one take, I think, in this. It feels like
cremations. That's not how they're done,
and they're not done that fast. You don't just come out with shiny, clean diamonds like it.
Yeah, right.
Oh, it burnt the whole thing up, and we just washed those away.
It doesn't make sense.
Also, waste of a casket.
Yeah,
You could remake this, and it could be decent. Like if you took away the campiness, it could like have a decent smuggling plot.
No, and that is actually like that's one Bond predicament I would not want to be in. Like
being trapped in that casket
in an
terrifying.
oven, in a giant oven, basically.
With the most terrifying funeral music you've ever heard. For some
terrifying
reason.
funeral music, and it's like just flames and fire around, and you're being cooked inside of this coffin. Like that's terrifying to me. And I know he gets out, but every time I watch this movie, I'm like, how the fuck is he going to get out of this one?
I always feel claustrophobic, man. Like that and the pipeline scene. Even that one gets me.
That's pretty claustrophobic.
Like
too.
when
which is their second attempt to bungle. Yeah. Second bungled attempt at killing him.
Yeah, like when he's running away, but he's like kind of like he's crouching, and I'm like, I'm like, oh man, I hate that, man. It's like
I hate it too.
It's so claustrophobic.
He was he was walking his mouse.
Walking his rat.
Lost
All
my way.
3 of the steps of him getting there too are claustrophobic inducing. One, he's in an elevator and it gasses him, and then they throw him into the trunk of a car, and then they put him into a pipeline which gets sealed in. So all 3 are like claustrophobia inducing.
Yeah.
So
Sir Sean
and he has
Connery's
to
a
smell that
madman.
terrible aftershave the whole time while he's fucking trapped in that trunk.
Oh my god! Quick,
Smells like
quick
a Tarte
question.
handkerchief.
Quick question.
Yes.
A Tarte handkerchief. I told him. Oh god! Did you hear me say that earlier, Dylan?
What?
When I quote that all the time when I'm like, because I work from home, and like if I haven't showered,
Lucky.
like I'm just sitting on the couch and I just look at my dog and I'm just like, one of us smells like a Tarte handkerchief. And then
Beautiful.
it's me. I'm sorry, my boy. Sorry, old boy. But quick question: at the very end of the movie, okay, when Price and Bond, all right, are laying down before this fucking Mr. Kidd and Mr. What's the other guy's Bent? What is
Mr.
it?
Wint and Mr. Kidd.
Wint. Why'd I say Bent? Mr. Bent and Mr. Kidd.
Did you say Price and Bond?
Yeah.
Who's Price?
Talking about Case, Tiffany Case.
Case.
Tiffany Case. Okay, sorry.
Dude,
sorry.
I have so many fucking names in my head.
So at the very end, when Tiffany Case
Yeah.
and James Bond are being
When
confronted by Wint and Kidd.
It's before that. She's just like, I have a question to ask you, and I really want you to think hard about it. What the hell was it? She never got it. She never got to say
Yeah,
it.
she does.
was-
She asks it at the end. How
Yeah.
are we going to get the diamonds down?
Yeah.
Because they're in
Oh,
a satellite in the
okay.
sky.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
it's set up to be an erotic line, but then it's just like, I just want them diamonds.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know me.
And then diamonds.
I'll take that D, but the real D that I want is diamonds.
Diamonds. It's a girl's best friend.
Always hard. Anyway,
Oh my god! Didn't Connery have a boner joke? He had a boner joke when he took Plenty O'Toole up to his room. It's just like, like you caught me with more than my hands up.
Good evening. I'm afraid you've caught me with more than my hands up.
Oh yeah, when the mobsters like turn the lamp on. Like,
That's a good one.
oh yeah.
That was tremendous. That was a tremendous boner joke.
Also, I'm sorry. Can you imagine like James Bond going through the same motions that all of us kind of do, where he gets a little bit in his, he's excited, so he gets a little bit in his pants, and now he has to have this just a little bit of like excitement juice in his pants. Not the finished product, but and then he has to do the rest of his scene.
With a little bit in there.
Just a little bit in there.
But listen, it wasn't wasted, okay? Because
facing death, and
Yeah.
then for some reason he's super sensitive, so he's edging as he's trying to have these conversations.
that's why the sex scene was so quick with him and Tiffany Price. Because it's
Case.
lit. Is it Case? What do I keep saying? I keep saying Price. I'm so sorry.
Jonathan Price. When he's making love to Jonathan Price.
It's Sean Connery and Vincent Price just making out. But yeah, no. Tiffany Case is in bed.
have
They're
to
talking
pee
about the
again.
diamonds. He takes his fucking shirt off to reveal his hairy ass chest, and then the
His
next thing you
midriff.
know, the next thing you know, they're enjoying a postcoital cigarette, and I'm like, show something. You could have obviously they weren't going to show them fucking.
I gotta
but, like,
pee. I gotta Connor pee. I'll be right back.
Do your
While
thing.
you're talking like a pervert, Andrew.
I'm just saying, just like show them making out and then have the camera pan off and then have the camera pan back on and then they're enjoying their postcoital cigarette. It was just a quick cut. It was it drove me crazy.
I just feel like Jill St. John just wasn't having it because I think this is like next to Never Say Never Again is probably the grossest like version of Connery.
Probably.
It's like Roger Moore, like how gross and leathery he is towards like the end of his run.
I wouldn't
like,
compare it. I wouldn't compare him to Roger Moore.
I don't know. It's the scene of him hitting the light switch when he's like, the way he hits it's like very, very seductive. but they cut the camera so it's like you could see he's fucking ass naked. Like they want to let you know he's ass naked, and like he looks like my dad when he's sneaking around for like, you know, a cigarette and a Coca-Cola at like 2 a.m. You know what I mean? And it's
What did I miss?
It's gross.
Oh God. Mario was just comparing Sean Connery's naked body when he's about to turn the light off to go have sex with Miss Case. What did you compare it to, Mario? Your dad in the middle of the night?
It looks like my father walking around in his tiny whities trying to look for a cigarette and a Coca-Cola at like fucking 2 o'clock in the morning. It's like this is probably I was saying when you walked away, Dylan. This is probably the grossest looking Connery next to Never Say Never Again. It's just
no. I disagree.
Never Say Never Again's grosser.
No,
sure, but
yes. Okay, here's the thing. Connery looks the worst in You Only Live Twice. I think that's. I don't think you can dispute that. He doesn't want to be there, and he doesn't look good. He's a little he looks a little bloated, and especially the Asian
the makeup that
surgery.
They put on him. Yeah, it's very offensive. It's very offensive,
and it is also offensive to him as a good-looking man because he looks like garbage.
Yeah, he looks scary.
You Never Say Never Again is next in terms of worst, but like going from worst to best. But as Mario said, he looks good as the Green Knight. It's really just the fact that he doesn't have a beard and his hairpiece is bad. That's what makes him look bad. Otherwise, he's in good shape.
I don't know, man, because even Green Knight, like, we see his chest hairs, but he's also covered in that costume, where it's like, but that's fine. But like in these movies, he's like expected to still be a sex symbol and like have sex with these beautiful women, and just his body just doesn't look good at all. I think personally, this is my opinion, I think compared to You Only Live Twice, I think he looks better in You Only Live Twice. I think he looks way better.
Because he looks like a silver fox in that movie.
Yeah, and like the scene of him in the bath.
I think he looks more like a silver fox in this movie.
Sure,
I'm sorry.
That's fine. Sure, have your opinion, but I'm just saying, like, I think he looks way better. It's night and day for me because he, like, You Only Live Twice, the last one, he had to like put effort in to being a sex symbol, and he never thought he was going to come back. Then look what happened. He came back, and he didn't put the work in to fucking lose the weight or whatever. So that's why he looks like more of a piece of shit in this. Like, sure, he may be having fun in this movie, but I think he look like they didn't even bother to dye his hair. He has like the gray hair, and I think this is the grossest younger Connery Bond in the saga.
Isn't it crazy that this is 1971, right? And Dr. No is 1962, right? Yeah. Okay, that's 9 years. 9 years apart, and he aged like 20 years.
Stress, man.
Insane.
It's probably like stress and shit, dude. You know, he it wasn't all sunshine and daisies with all these fucking Bond movies. Like, he was hating it towards the end. He got fucking underpaid and fucking underappreciated and shit. And that's kind of why he fucking
It's like
left.
Harrison Ford. Like, Harrison Ford in 1977, stud. Return of the Jedi. I'm like, dude, what happened?
Yeah.
Cocaine.
Oh, yeah, that could be it, too.
Like,
the Coke finger.
I mean, he looks pretty good. Look at that.
Sure, but like, give me a still of him hitting his light switch.
Yes.
Okay, so here's the thing about that still. Or about that part. Here we go. So you can inform me than I had expected. She's so beautiful. Okay. I'll turn off the subtitles. Peter.
Very impressed. There's a lot more to you than I had expected.
There's a lot more.
Presumably I'm the condemned.
That's my dad.
Okay.
That's the shape I'm in right now.
Is you guys see the line there? Is he wearing his underwear? I think he's wearing his underwear. I don't think he's naked.
He probably has like a little, what do you call it, like a cod piece or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah, that's me taking a piss.
It holds a gun. Okay, however, that's not terrible. Like, He's not fat. He's just like.
So his shape.
Here's the thing.
He just has a weird shape to him. I don't know.
As I was watching this, Nicole came into the room at this scene, and first she saw Jill St. John. Was like, hot diggity. Then this happened, and I said, "Do you still think that he is attractive in this?" This is 9 years after he started playing Bond, and she said, "Yes."
Okay.
So that's my judgment on that. That's why I think I find him a little sexier in this than in You Only Live Twice and Never Say Never Again. So
we can all agree
me,
that
though.
like Pete Connery and Dr. No, like
no,
fucking stud.
From Russia with Love.
Okay, those three movies specifically, Dr. No, From Russia with Love, and Goldfinger, stud muffin.
So, I find him the most attractive in From Russia with Love, and I'll make this analogy. In Dr. No, Bond is a new suit. He looks damn good in it, but he's still getting used to walking around in it.
It's like Big Mama and Big Mama's House too.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Same thing.
And From Russia with Love, he's fully embraced. Like he's got that suit on in style, and he looks goddamn good in it. And he knows
Confidence.
he does. And then by Goldfinger, he's bored of that suit.
Oh.
And then in Thunderball, they said, "Well, how about you go wear like some nice swimsuits in the bikini in the Bahamas?" Excuse me. And he's like, "Well, I'm a little more excited for that." And he's super sexy in Thunderball, but not as sexy as From Russia with Love. He's the sexiest in that film. That's peak Connery sexy.
I fuck with that take. I like that take.
Hell yeah. How about you, Mario? Sexiest Connery Bond.
It's probably From Russia with Love, but I don't know. A part of me does enjoy Dr. No Connery just because the aesthetic. It's fresh. It's
full head of hair.
It's full head of hair. Just the way he carries.
No, he's not. It's not a full head. He's wearing a hairpiece.
Oh, he's wearing a hairpiece.
That's a toupee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But yeah, it's something about him and Dr. No is good. Yeah, I think I agree. Those three movies, I think he looks great in all three of them. But like, I think it's between Dr. No and From Russia with Love, just because I don't know.
Yeah,
I love the. It's all about the blue. The blue shorts and shit, man. It's just like the aesthetic of that and Dr. No. I just love very much. So
as well as the blue shorts and Goldfinger.
Yes. Oh, the terry cloth onesie. I want one so bad, but I'm too fat to have one.
Oh, honey. No, you're not.
Just get one in your size.
I guess. I don't know. No, because then we'll look like fucking Goldfinger with his fucking one piece he had.
No, you would look like You would look like Goldfinger if you were wearing a gold onesie.
I suppose. We'll find.
And he's not wearing a onesie; he's wearing a twosie.
Well, we'll get one next Christmas. I'm gonna order one.
Yeah.
Oh, next Christmas. That's what you're getting for your birthday.
Oh, I'm getting a terry cloth
now,
onesie.
Andrew and I are gonna go splitsies on that.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
We'll find an Etsy page that makes them.
I'm sure there's one out there.
It's gotta be. There's gotta be plenty. There's gotta be plenty. Well, of course you are.
The Connery Curious. That'll be one of the things that the Connery Curious Patreon is working towards.
I should have got one for the wedding, like at the beach.
My God.
Wear that at the altar.
At the a harpoon gun, and I would have the terry cloth onesie.
And Lee's in the dress she wore.
Oh yeah. Well, one of the ideas for that, I wanted to rent a Lotus and make it look like I was coming out of the water, but that didn't happen. But anyway,
well, that would have been ridiculously expensive.
I did it. I did it, but we both drowned.
Yeah, I know. Imagine all of us in the fucking Lotus.
I roll in the car. I roll down the window. I drop the fish out of the door, and you guys are all drowning.
Dead. You drop the fish out, and you're all cheeky, and you're like, "But really, call emergency services right now."
Oh my goodness!
All right, let's start wrapping this movie, man.
Okay, one second. I gotta get the food. The food's here.
I get the food.
Okay. Let's moon buggy. When the moon buggy bursts out of the facility, I wanted it to cut to when Hulk bursts out of the facility in 2003 and into the desert.
Yes.
Why the moon buggy? Just why?
Well, I'm assuming that's like a joke. That was like the joke to be like the moon landing was fake. Like,
and
was
it was
that
only a year and a half before?
Like, was that what they were insinuating? Like, that was probably like the joke that like, oh yeah, it's fake or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
it was the year before. So that was that's one of the scenes in the movie where it's just like nothing like hit, because they're at the. If you watch the scene back, it's really funny because he hijacks that little moonwalker thing, and as he's leaving. The guys are chasing after him, but the astronauts in the background are still moving slowly.
Slow motion. They keep kayfabe, man. They want to keep kayfabe.
Also, like, now I'm imagining Sean Connery steals Michael Jackson.
Hope you don't mind.
It's really a set of a Michael Jackson music video for the song Moonwalker, and he just picks Michael Jackson up and runs off with him. And because
Hope you don't mind if I take
Jackson
this
is smaller. He's just flailing.
But because of that scene, this provided my favorite behind-the-scenes shot.
Share.
Which is right here, what I shared before on Instagram, is him just like pretending to golf on the moon. I love this picture so much.
Ooh,
That's hilarious.
Click on that one. Yeah, right there where your mouse is. Yep. I like that one too.
Yeah, just like and him messing with them and shit.
Whoa, hold on, go back to the tank one.
This one?
Yeah, yep.
Oh yeah. I had that as a I had one that was like him making a really funny face as my wallpaper. It was from that same shot. I don't know where it is. But I used to have that as my wallpaper.
Go back one.
That's so funny.
Go back one.
Go back.
All right, wait. Click on the tank again. I'm sorry. I like how it shows Outland as well. Okay, now click on the goofy one there where he's holding his stomach. Okay, now the middle one there. The middle. Yeah. That's him without his hairpiece.
Oh, really?
Oh, is it?
God.
No, that's on
it's
set.
It's the shading. It's the circles are throwing it off, yeah.
Yeah, see, that's him with the toupee on.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I like that pink tie.
That's a sick tie.
Yeah, our good friend Chris Hunt actually did this look on his Instagram not too long ago of him in the pool with the pink tie. I love when he does that. He likes to grab the actual shots. But yeah, I just love this this golfing. I want to get this like framed. Well, maybe this one's maybe I can get this buy this because I love that shot. It's a fun little shot to have in your home. Oh, bidding closed. I'll find a way to get it printed.
We'll figure it out.
Just take it to Staples and get a frame from Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta find a high quality image of it. But yeah.
But then it kind of made sense because they're going out into the dunes. So I can imagine imagine the three of us here scripting and be like, okay, a chase scene in the dunes. Well, nothing's really gonna like drive well on the dunes. What would drive well? Well, they went to the moon recently. Wouldn't one of those moon buggies theoretically drive well on the dunes?
Yeah, one of those little Mars rovers or whatever the fuck.
And that's kind of where I think the scene comes from, rather than the moon landing was fake mindset. You know what I mean? That's my thought process. I kind of reverse engineered it. And he's like, well, where would he get a moon buggy from? Well, I don't know. Maybe they're filming a scene. Maybe I don't know. People are saying the moon landing was fake. Why don't we just... You know what I mean? I feel like they weren't trying to say it. I feel like they were reverse engineering a gadget, as is their wont to do in this series.
I love how Dylan was doing a mid-Atlantic accent. He's like, well, you know, that
say
the moon landing, that happened. That's topical.
That goddamn moon landing. Scooby-Doo.
Where are you, bud? Oh, my goodness.
Then the ATV stunts are pretty good in that.
Yeah.
The music was terrible, though.
Oh, yeah, that music is terrible. We'll discuss the music for sure.
That's
as three musicians. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's like strings. It's like pizzicato strings and harp and xylophone.
like that would be fine for like the Bond Bambi thumper scene. You know what I mean? Like quirky fight music. But like it's Connery's on this Mars rover or Moon rover rather, and these ATVs are chasing him. It's like it's high impact. They're out in the dunes and shit. It's awesome. But like the music just doesn't fit. It's just very bizarre. I wrote that down.
I want to do a re-edit of this film that kind of takes out most of the campiness elements and just makes it a straightforward action film that's like 80 minutes. Because there's some good stuff in here. You know, obviously a lot of the camp is good too, but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You know? And then ultimately that sequence ends with a pretty clever getaway where he sets the buggy to automatic and gets out of it. And then
That's hilarious.
And then as he rides off and he approaches the car, he just jumps off the thing and lets it keep driving off into the distance.
Yeah, who cares?
So,
just let that shit go.
And the other ATVs are chasing the moon buggy that they don't realize doesn't have anyone in it. So clever,
Class.
A clever getaway. But I hate the Vegas car chase. How do you guys feel about that?
Oh yeah, it continues to drive me. It's always driving me crazy for years.
It's hilarious.
Is that like great stunt work by whoever was driving the car? I always appreciate great stunt drivers. But like it's just that scene of them going into the alleyway, dead end, and then we have
cool
that
stunt, such a cool stunt.
Cool stunt, but it gets ruined
by the poor edit.
Yeah,
and the misfilm.
Yeah,
they misfilmed it.
Yeah,
they fucked it up while filming. Clearly.
Yeah, like I think. Yeah, maybe they set it up again. Maybe they decided afterwards. Oh, it probably makes sense if the car landed this way, and then took the right down the road and then took off.
It's a narrow ass alley. Like there's no possible way it could have happened.
And they try to sell it.
Or the only other alley. Maybe they had two alleys. Like they had one that you can go in this way, and they had that ramp. But the one that they had for filming where they come out, they didn't have a ramp to do the same thing. Maybe, and they had to put it the other way. You know what I mean? Maybe it was a geography thing.
Don't worry, I'm gonna make the Andrew cut. I'm gonna go in Adobe Premiere. I'm gonna flip the scene on the tail end of that, and I'm gonna just cut out that little middle section. Boom, I fixed it.
Yeah, that's where it looks so stupid when you're seeing it. Like, how does that work when it went? Like, you have no room to like open it.
I'll sell it back to MGM.
Yeah,
so you're gonna have to flip mirror some of the scenes.
Oh, I'm gonna mirror a shit ton of it. I'm also gonna take out the offensive scenes.
It's gonna be a 30-minute movie.
It's gonna be 30 minutes.
We could. All three of us want to work on an edit of Diamonds Are Forever and like make it a really solid film.
Sure, let's put it on the list of things to do in 2024.
It could be done.
I mean, okay, you could shave 6 minutes out of that car chase.
Yeah,
it's rough.
I think a lot.
I mean, again, the stunts are good, but I fast forwarded through it.
You could shave 6 minutes from a lot of scenes, especially. I think the end dragged on a little too long.
Same. I'm sorry, Mario, you were saying?
I'll say the 70s were all about that, though. I think that's what it is. It's like America in the 70s were all like, fast cars and like, and cop cars. Smokey the Bandit, we don't get that till 77. But it's got that. But it's got that vibe of like, did you think of any, what's that? What's that movie? Bullet? Is it Bullet? No.
Yeah, Bullet with Steve McQueen.
Yeah, there we go. Like Bullet, stuff like that. Like that was like the era of like the muscle car and all that. And I tried to incorporate that in a James Bond movie. And in any other movie, that would have been a fun scene. But because of a James Bond movie, we're used to smoke screen and oil slick and ejector seats and like machine guns. Instead, it's just a boring chase scene in Vegas, which I'm like, they're like, oh yeah, we got to put a scene in this, and Ford probably gave us the money to show off their Mach 1, so we got to make that vehicle shine. So we put a boring scene in it like that, and it's just like, sure, it's fun, but for a Bond movie, it's not very exciting because it's Connery's last one. We at least need a fucking oil slick or something to happen,
which makes it not fun.
Yeah, it's like
because it's not exciting. It's not fun.
Yeah, it's generic.
The only thing that scene has to offer is the stunt is cool of the car on its side. That is a cool stunt, and the poor edit and miss film is amusing. And then the one line, "There goes that son of a bitch and saboteur."
Yeah.
That's a fun line.
Which later that character becomes J.D. Pepper, who we get later on.
J.W. Pepper.
Yeah.
J.W. Pepper. You're thinking of Jimmy Dean.
Jimmy
Dean's Pepper. And yeah, those are the only things I find enjoyable about that scene, but I fast forwarded through it. I watched it at 1.5 and just let it breeze by and kind of filled in some of my notes. I drew a diamond. There's a fish tank bed,
which looks very uncomfortable.
That looks
super
terrible.
uncomfortable.
I hope we didn't frighten the fish.
It might be cool in retrospect to kind of just sit there for a few minutes, be like, let me sit there and look at the fish for a few minutes, but I'm not sleeping there, dude.
I hope there's another bed on that second floor of the suite. Because it showed that there were two floors to the suite.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. I'm done with my notes for that section. Does anyone have any other notes up until the police chase?
Well, I got nothing, brother.
Okay, I'm gonna read the next paragraph, and then I got a Connor P again.
All right.
Oh, buddy.
No, we'll probably wrap up
it's
soon.
happening to me tonight. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's gonna be a long one, but it's been a fun one.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
That's what she said. Hey. Bond scales the walls to the White House's top floor to confront White. He is instead met by two identical Blofelds who use an electronic simulator to sound like White. Bond kills one of the Blofelds, which turns out to be a look-alike. Or is it? I'm not really sure. He is then knocked out by gas, picked up by Winton Kid, taken out to Las Vegas Valley, placed in a pipeline and left to die. Bond escapes, then calls Blofeld using another voice simulator to pose as Saxby. He locates White's desert home, defeats bodyguards Bambi and Thumper, and rescues White, with Saxby being killed in the ensuing gunfight. Meanwhile, Blofeld abducts Tiffany. With the help of White, Bond raids the lab and uncovers Blofeld's plot to create a laser satellite using the diamonds, which by now has already been sent into orbit. With the satellite, Blofeld destroys nuclear weapons installations in China, the Soviet Union, and the United States, then proposes an international auction for global nuclear supremacy. I got a Connor P. I'll be right back, gents. You take over.
Oh. Where do we leave off?
So Vegas shit happens. I guess we'll talk about the Blofeld scene and kind of that last half of the movie here.
I thought that movie that last scene was tremendous. That Blofeld scene that Dylan was just talking about with the two Blofelds.
Oh yeah, that's
twins Basil, twins.
Dude,
I was laughing my ass off because I love how Dylan said it earlier. The fact that they got two identical cats just for that gag is so funny. And a cool note here, Blofeld, the fake Blofeld calls him 007. The real Blofeld calls him Mr. Bond.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, if you watch the scene, the fake Blofeld says, he's just saying his lines, and he ends it with 007, and then the real Blofeld says Mr. Bond. So it's a quirky little thing that they did there.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So actually, I looked on the wiki, on the James Bond wiki for this movie, and there were a lot of cool little notes and tidbits. The fake Blofeld refers to him as 007. The real one refers to him as Mr. Bond. So if you watch the movie again, keep an eye out for that. That's really fucking cool.
Yeah, especially the
making
reveal.
mud pies, 007.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
Yeah, when he turns around the chair, I remember specifically, it's like good evening, Mr. Bond. And then you pan up to the stairs, good evening, 007. And he walks down.
Yeah.
And that's her fake one.
Clever girl.
Yeah, that scene always. I remember the first time seeing it as a kid. I'm like, what? There's two. How do they get two Blofelds? How do they get two actors in the same room and shit? And like, it was like it blew my mind as a kid.
Some pretty strategic filming of putting somebody who looks just enough like Charles Gray far enough in the background that you can't tell.
Yeah, like you get like it's that movie magic, man. It was like one of the impressive things about these films, man. Like they were able to still convince you, even though you know what's going on. I still believe the magic. I still believe in the magic of movie making.
Hey, think about 14 years earlier, Darby O'Gill and the Little People, how good the effects in that were.
Yeah, dude. I still can't believe how crazy that film looked.
And then you think about how the explosions in this film look.
Oh, yeah,
and
like
some of the space effects look.
Yeah, when they blow up the submarine, and it's just like clearly a little tiny explosion, like layered on top of the water, which that's not how an explosion of a submarine would work. Why
and
would
as
it blow
Andrew
up on
pointed
top
out
of the
earlier,
water?
yeah, right. It's pretty deep, you'd figure.
Like you would see like water, like they should have had it be like bubbles, like.
It would have been the two birds in Finding Nemo after the mines explode. Nice, and then one of them flies away. I'm editing that in.
Oh my god, that's so fucking funny.
And then, as Andrew pointed out earlier, the Asian gentleman who screams as he gets comically set on fire.
Yes.
Cartoon fire.
Oh yes, it's the best. It's the best.
And then
Mario, I sent you a Facebook message not too long ago for you to take a look at. But
okay,
go ahead.
I will. There's the rocket that's in the rocket launch tube, and there's like 3 scientists that are walking on the ledge around it. And as the rocket heats up to explode, all 3 of them just freeze like this.
Kind of like in wrestling when I do like one of those crazy spots where the one guy jumps on top. Dylan might not understand this, but like that's a pet peeve me and Andrew have in wrestling where they always do that spot where he'll jump if it's like a multi-person match, like like 5-man match or whatever. There's always,
an MPM.
There'll always be sure. There'll always be a fucking setup where the guy will go on the top rope to go jump on top of everybody, but they all will get together,
huddle together to catch him,
and just be like,
"Whoa, I gotta catch you!" Wrestling is so stupid.
It is.
Dylan, I sent you a picture of that as well.
Okay, hold on. I guess I'll just check this now.
May as well because it's really stupid. It's the Asian gentleman, but I photoshopped.
Oh
it's
my
idiotic.
god! All right, hold on. I'm gonna share the screen with the
It's
good
idiotic.
folks at home. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's idiotic. He's not
for
waiting for a firefight. He's just pounding some Coors Lights. He's
I
chilling.
love it so much. And for a split second, I thought it was Mario. Because you have that shirt.
"Oh yes."
Okay, the White House climb is fucking insane.
That scene scared the shit out of me because I don't like heights.
So cool. I hate heights. I hate heights so much.
And the idea
I hate heights.
of
And I
grappling, of grappling to the ledge, it just freaked me out. I'm like, no way, man.
Tom Cruise would do it for real. That was one of my notes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He would have done it for real. But yeah, still an incredible. That's when I said practical sets for reasons. Practical sets for practical reasons. When Connery's grappling, whatever, it's rappelling would be going down. When he's grappling his way over there, that's a set, obviously. So he's probably like 5 feet above the ground, above pads. But either way, it's still an awesome stunt. The man on top of the elevator is real. That was incredible.
Yeah.
I think that was
Really?
Bob Simmons, the stunt man. And though you figure Bond would have thought through that plan, because when it gets to the top, he's like, Oh, I might have to crouch down. Oh, I didn't think about this. Does White do a lot of business on the toilet, or does Blofeld? Is this our first time? Is this our first time seeing Connery on the toilet, Mario?
In a James Bond movie?
In a movie, in Connery Curious.
No.
Continuity.
I think so. We see him in a lot of bathtubs.
Yeah. This movie predicts AI voice implications and what that'll do, you know. The cat kicked Blofeld headshot. Tiffany has no knowledge of the cat. Why does she look and follow Blofeld? She has no knowledge of that cat.
Yeah, right? Maybe Bond mentioned it or something.
I don't think she's seen him since, because he's been kidnapped.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Are you referring to the scene where she follows the cat?
She follows, the woman.
No, she sees sees
cat.
this old woman walk through the casino with the cat, and she for some reason says,
"Oh, that's right, that's right."
That's got to be Blofeld.
That's a question I wanted to ask. How the fuck does she know about Blofeld? Is Blofeld well known?
I don't think so.
Like 007?
I have no idea. The movie only establishes that we know them as characters. Simple as that. Oh no, the woman and the bad guy are in the same car. Oh no, you know. I feel like it's just like a development.
And then it turns into Blofeld and drag.
Yeah, that's that scene.
Oh god,
I feel so bad for Q in that scene because poor guy just wants to show off his gizmo and his gadgets.
Yeah,
nobody wants to fucking listen to him, dude.
I felt so bad for him because he's just like, oh, it's this little thing here that takes the rotas and blah blah blah. I'm like, go on, and then she walks away.
He's not even interested in the money.
Yeah, he's bankrupting this casino. but nobody wants to talk to him about it.
He's bleeding this casino dry.
Yeah, he's
2 or 3 people that follow behind Q are just going to be incredibly lucky that night.
I want a scene later on where Q drives up in a very fancy limousine and there's women in the back in there with him. He's wearing a top hat and a monocle. Because he just fucking ripped off the casino where nobody stopped
all this money.
And he's just
I don't need to work for MI6 anymore. Fuck the government salary.
I'm an American now.
No, I think Q does it. Q does it for love. I think Q is very proud of his craft. I think Q is a professional, and I think he doesn't need the money. All right, he's a stud. No. He can do whatever the fuck he wants, and his hands are huge. He pleases all his women.
People like those hands.
Another deleted scene is the elephant that spins the 3 elephants and gets excited that it won on the slot machine.
Oh, I saw that. That was stupid as shit.
That's in the movie, but there's a deleted scene where the elephant spins again and loses and gets angry,
and it just goes on a rampage.
Yeah, and Q. Well, it's about to get go on a rampage, and Q comes over and tells it to spin again, and then puts the ring on it, and it lines up the 3 elephants, and the elephant calms down.
Wait, is that real?
That's real, yeah. Put that in the... Oh, God. Put that in the video.
It's not real.
That's real, Mario.
It's not real. I literally just made that up, Andrew.
No, you got to put that on.
Andrew, I just made it up.
I was trying to rib Mario. I wanted Mario to get excited and not see that.
I got really excited. You guys got me so fucking excited.
Desmond Llewellyn then rides.
Andrew was lying or going along with it.
I was going along.
I think he was lying.
How big do you think that ring was? I bet he takes it off and it's like a fucking belt. It's like his fingers are so thick. It looks like a fucking championship belt.
Desmond Llewellyn then rides the elephant out of Las Vegas. That's also in the movie. Or
the only part that you can see is the ring, and it's wired through his arm, and it is a belt. It's a simple ring, and it's hooked up to a belt with straps, and it puts needles into you.
Like Doc Ock,
a simple
Spider-Man 2.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
An RPM controller attached to my cerebellum 007.
Okay.
Jeez.
White identifies an oil platform. The real Willard White, Jimmy Dean, identifies an oil platform off the coast of Baja, California, as Blofeld's base of operations. After Bond's attempts to change the cassette containing the satellite control codes fail due to a mistake by Tiffany, a helicopter attack on the oil rig is launched by Leiter and the CIA. Blofeld tries to escape in a midget submarine. Bond gains control. It was the Titan. Too soon? Sorry. Bond gains control. Bond gains control of its launch crane and uses the submarine as a wrecking ball, destroying the satellite control and the base. Bond and Tiffany then head for Britain on an ocean liner, where Winch and Kidd pose as room service stewards and attempt to kill them with a time bomb concealed in a lavish cake. When the killers are exposed, they attack.
La bombe surprise.
La bombe surprise. Can you go down there and get a... Oh, God, what's the name of the wine that Connery wanted?
I would have rather hoped you had a claret.
A claret. He's like, unfortunately, we don't have any clarets. He's like, this is a claret. And that's the mic drop moment.
Bond engulfs Kidd in flames with brandy and tosses Wint overboard with the bomb, which explodes as Wint lands in the water. Bond and Tiffany ponder of how to get the diamonds back to Earth. The end. Boom, boom, boom. Diamonds are forever. Yeah.
Oh my God! I just want. I want a because you know how Disney is milking every single fucking teaspoon of fanboy-jism. You know how they put out a fucking Star Wars show about everybody?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I want the James Bond universe to do that, and I want a Mr. Kidd sequel, kind of like Boba Fett. It's years after he's just charred. That'd be sick.
I want it to be I want a prequel where it's like Dumb and Dumber. Where remember the prequel for Dumb and Dumber when they first met?
Dumb and Dumberer.
It was no, I
haven't seen it.
No, it was Dumb and Dumber. No, that's
Dumb and Dumberer when Harry met Lloyd.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, the recent one was Dumb and Dumber 2, but it was TOO instead of
that's what it was.
TWO.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want a Mr. Wint, Mr. Kidd movie where they meet for the first time.
when Kidd missed.
It's they go to the same they go to the same university that Austin Powers went to with Dr. Evil. That's how they met. They were roommates.
Make a movie poster for that when Wint met Kidd.
When Wint met Kidd.
I'll make it.
And imagine them as teenagers.
But they
looking
look
exactly
the same.
Yeah.
Kid has
same
just
awkward hair and mustache.
It's like the 3 strands of ramen noodle hair that he has, and the fucking the back piece, wisps, whatever you call them.
You look at them and they're wisps.
Wisps. Oh, tremendous film.
Oh, actually, you know what? They're not actually wisps. Look at how gorgeous those curls are. Look at those things. He looks like Droopy McCool meets Charlie Brown.
Oh my God.
That's like Kyle when he walks in with his pizza.
Yeah.
that's what he looks like.
Le Bombe Surprise.
Le Bombe Surprise.
What's going to be when after I eat it?
Le Bombe Surprise.
Oh.
Goodness.
So I was flipping through, but I couldn't find it. There's a sign in this movie as Bond is being thrown into the brig, and it says, "No pollution, not any."
Yeah, I saw that. No pollution, not any. Just to make it 100% clear.
My favorite sign that I have a note for is, if in doubt, ask.
That's positive.
There's a sign. It's it's in the same room where the tapes get switched. If you look at the stairs when they come down, it says, if in doubt, ask. What a nice little positive sign for a fucking evil villain's lair.
Oh, here it is. I found the no pollution, not any. So that means if in doubt, ask shouldn't be far. So
if in doubt, ask. It's right behind that guy.
Take every precaution. Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, and here's another one. If in doubt, ask.
That's the one I saw. If in doubt, ask.
There we go.
So is there a second one?
No, that's the only one I saw.
No tampering. Is that what this said? No smoking. I love these signs.
Blofeld runs a safe operation.
Is that... no smoking. I'm sorry. Data link. If in doubt, ask.
Oh, yeah, that's
they
another
like
one.
those signs.
I'll get that.
No pollution, not any. Take every precaution.
Bitch. Bitch.
Bitch.
He says with an M.
Bitch.
He winds it up a little bit too.
Bitch.
Bitch.
Like, yeah, it's like as a baseball. Like the punch he was trying to throw.
Bitch.
That's take that same word right as he's checking. Bitch punch. The ending oil rig explosion section, I'm not nuts about.
Yeah,
it is clever to use the sub as a wrecking ball,
Which
but
is
you don't
hilarious.
see what becomes of anyone.
Yeah, the sequence is honestly, every time I watch this movie, I really check out when this starts because I'm kind of like,
It goes on for
right.
too long.
Yeah, I'll usually
yes, it does.
I'll usually fast forward, just watch the cruise ship scene because it makes me laugh, and then go on with my day. But like, yeah, this is a very like, I don't know, it's very 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 unnecessary.
It felt very anticlimactic. Like this is the downfall, the defeat of Blofeld.
We don't even really see it happen either.
We don't see him inside and it explodes. Like I don't know.
Which again, I think that's why it would work better if you switch this and Majesty's the order.
Yeah,
agreed.
And then it would make sense as to why he looks like Telly Savalas.
Yeah,
you've established the
it could change his face. Yeah.
You've established the plastic surgery thing. And then my final note is, have either of you guys read the book of this?
No.
I've listened to the audiobook. Mario, I think it might be in the collection that I gave you. The Winton Kid boat scene is also in the book. It's not the same. You don't get the bomb surprise.
What do you
however,
get?
It's Bond and Tiffany Case on a boat, on a cruise ship, and Tiffany Case gets kidnapped by Winton Kid, and they're a couple levels down, and Bond has to climb out of his port window and scale the outside of the ship and break in through the window a couple levels down. It's pretty tense.
Shit.
So my last note is that the Winton Kid boat fight is better in the book. It's actually really, really good.
Wow.
So
That's sick.
Yeah, but I probably would have been a little redundant if it were like, oh my gosh, you're getting kidnapped again, dude! Like, holy shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's probably why they did it, because it's kind of like, oh man, we gotta go another fucking 20 minutes and have this guy fucking scale and do another fucking mission, dude. It's like, holy shit.
That's how I feel with most Bond movies.
It's kind of like, I mean,
why I'd like to see. Sorry, go ahead.
I'll say it works in Casino Royale when you think it's over, but then it's like Vesper is like taking the money and shit, and we have that whole sequence of him trying to go save her but fails in the end. Like that works, but like, yeah, if you're doing one more fucking round of him fucking trying to save this girl fucking again, I'm like, I'd be checked out.
And the Casino Royale one has more stakes to it because she's not just being kidnapped; she's going to deliver money which she feels will save James Bond's life, but also like moving the plot forward for the villains. Like, so there's stakes to it. You know what I mean? And it's not just her. She only gets kidnapped because they see Bond.
Yeah.
If they didn't see Bond, it probably would have all gone smoothly. The money just would have been taken and passed along to Spectre or whatever, or Quantum or whatever it wanted to be.
Yeah.
But that's why I kind of want to see, going back to Diamonds, I would like to see like a remake of this film that's like halfway between the book and the movie, where it's as serious as the book, because like Tiffany Case is a much different character in the book. She's like a victim of some pretty messed up things.
Jesus.
And it hardens her as a character, and that's why it makes it a little more. It's the stakes are a lot higher when she gets kidnapped. You know what I mean? Because she, so far in the book, she's been able to handle herself, and Winton Kid in the book, I don't remember if it implies that they're gay, but they are like sadistic, like they're like psychos.
Oh God!
So there's some real stakes to it, and then the fact that Bond has to scale the outside of a ship is pretty tense. It's been a few years since I've read it. I might have some of the details wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's, But it's much better than this scene.
Yeah,
where Bruce Glover enjoys having his arms pulled through his legs. It hurts his groin, but he likes it because he's gay. What? The sick smile on his face. Before the really cool trampoline flip. That was cool.
That was cool as shit. And then he exploded. I can't think of a better exclamation point on the film.
Exactly, man. If you guys listening have made it this far, God bless you. You guys get a gold star for making it this far in this podcast, man. That was Diamonds Are Forever. Before we go, of course, going to get into our scores here. We're going to, of course, score the film, Connery himself, but also if the SH'd, and of course the film score, and of course the sexy rating. So we're going to get into these delicious ratings. And starting with our lovely guest, Andy, we're going to start with the SH. How thick was his accent in this? A scale of 1 to 10.
I mean...
Not his accent, just those S's.
Oh, just the shush?
The shush, yes.
Yeah, just... Yes.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say around maybe a 5. I didn't get much of the shush as I wanted. And I feel like in the earlier Bond movies... like Dr. No and Goldfinger, he would have those yush. He would have a lot, but like he's really trying to do like a typical British accent. He's trying to stray away from his Scottish accent, which traditionally has a lot of shush. But yeah, I'll give it a 5. Yeah.
Okay. Mario?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I might be in the same ballpark. I might say 6. I'm gonna say 6. It's a little heavy at parts. Yeah, just I'll settle for. Would you settle for a tulip? I feel like it's heavy right there. Certain lines I'll catch it, but yeah, it's not that bad. I feel like 6 is a good even score there. So I'm gonna stick with 6.
I just want to. I want to share that line real quick, just to hear it.
What can I bring you back from Holland?
A diamond in a ring.
Would you settle for a tulip?
It's not that thick.
Yeah,
not that thick.
I don't hear it.
Really?
Which is why I'm going to give it a 1.
Oh.
That was my rating.
Okay.
I'm giving it a 1. I didn't, and that was me giving it that rating the other night. I didn't hear it much in this movie. And I think that might be part and parcel with him not caring.
True.
Yes. But also, if you let me share the screen again here. If you look at our ratings around this time, they're not really that high.
Yeah.
In fact,
wow.
It's the highest since Molly Maguire's. It's thicker in The Longest Day.
I feel like even Wrong Pushy. I feel like that's pretty thick too.
Wrong Pushy.
You want me to play that line?
Maybe it's like a Mandela effect. You don't have to, but like maybe it's just a Mandela effect thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wrong Pushy.
Wrong Pushy.
Well, I mean, you can change your ratings if you want, but
No, I'm sticking with mine.
I'm sticking with mine too.
My word.
okay.
I hear the shush in my head.
Oh
that's
yeah,
the majority. Of the
I think it's because we always do the voices, like we quote this movie all the time, me and Andrew. So we do it with the accent that we believe now. That's how he sounds.
Oh, of course.
I think
you got to do the accent when you quote Connery.
Oh yeah, should we settle for a
tulip? It is.
Yeah, I speak English. Yeah, but anyways, moving on. Let's move on to our sexy rating. This is how sexy Connery is, and also how sexy is the film. Is the film sexy? It's a little altogether. How does it feel sexy wise? We'll start with Andy again.
Connery is very sexy in this movie. I can see that for You Only Live Twice. Wait, I just had it open. Okay, so in You Only Live Twice, Dylan, you gave him a 2.5. Not too sexy in that movie.
Yes, sexier in Shallico. Just a year later.
Let's see.
5 points sexier.
You know what? Due to his age, And due to the overall vibe of the film, because I think that the Bond girls, with a plural, I count Plenty O'Toole as a Bond girl.
Absolutely.
Plenty
the
of
overall,
Toole.
I'm going to be safe. I'm going to say a 7.
Okay. Mario?
Yeah, I feel like, with this film, I do not find Connery sexy at all in this movie. I just don't. It just, it doesn't look like Connery to me now. It's weird. He looks so different to me now that I've seen all these movies. I'm like, he just looks so odd. So I don't think he's sexy, but I feel like the film is sexy. I feel like Las Vegas is very sexy, especially in the 70s. Sexy.
Shady Hills.
Yeah, and then Jill St. John as Tiffany Case is gorgeous. Lana Wood is Plenty O'Toole, gorgeous, and even freaking Jimmy Dean. He's just like an all-American looking dude, man. I thought he looks dope in this movie.
Sausages.
Sausage. I love them breakfast sausages. Bah. So I think for that, I think I'm gonna stick at it with a 6.5 for the sexy rating.
Sorry, just writing something down. 6.5.
6.5.
All right, well, Mario, I'm going to match you at a 6.5.
Wow.
Beautiful.
I think this is a very sexy film in parts.
Yes.
Connery is pretty attractive. As I said earlier, because Nicole said she found Connery attractive, that was like a good gauge for me. I'm like, okay, women can still find him attractive in this phase. And it allowed me to kind of see him as a little more attractive.
We should have polled all three of our ladies and asked them if and showed them a picture of him and be like, "Do you think he's sexy?"
Well, I mean, you're both around your wives at the moment. I mean, want to just?
I'll ask them later.
Okay.
Mine's sleeping.
I think mine's sleeping too.
We'll put it in the description of the episode.
There we go.
Knowing Kelly, she wouldn't find it too hot. She's weird. She's with me.
Well, you got to ask her. You got to ask. So Connery is pretty attractive in this, though he is, as I said before, I think it's like the third on the least attractive to most attractive. I think he's above You Only Live Twice and Never Say Never Again. Jill St. John is gorgeous. John St. Jill is gorgeous. Lana Wood is beautiful. Definitely Plenty of Toole.
Yes.
And Jill St. John is very sexy.
Facts.
Jimmy Dean is not my lover. He's just a sausage magnate that says I'm the one. But the sausage is not his son. But he's very handsome. Oh no, Connery's running away with Michael Jackson again.
I got him. I got you, little sissy boy. I'm going to take you and give your father a slap that he didn't give you.
I'm going to slap him with you.
I'm going to smack him with his wacky dun shoes.
Wacky dun shoes.
So yeah, I'm going to give it a 6.5 on the sexiness scale.
Hell yeah.
So that moves on to the musical score. Well, the three of us are all musicians.
Yes.
Which also, before we get into the musical score rating section, Andrew Lima, would you be down to play a set of Sean Connery songs with Mario and I?
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
No
Something
hesitation.
You'd be down to do?
In a heartbeat. In a fucking heartbeat.
For the Connery Curious live event?
I would. Oh my God, absolutely. In a heartbeat. Please.
Cool. We'll do such classics as Diamonds Are Forever.
Oh, let's go.
And Goldfinger.
Good, let's go.
And the theme to Shallico.
Can we do any songs from The Offense? Or
There's no songs in The Offense. There's no music. There's almost there is music. It's just like droning tones.
It's just gonna be me and Andrew choking each other out for like
hell yeah, brother,
20 minutes,
and me touching myself to it.
Exactly.
Let's go.
That's the finale.
That'll move tickets, brother. That's a needle move.
I'll put asses in seats.
That'll put butts in seats. For the musical score,
and Underneath the Mango Tree, as well. Oh, and another song. I'm sorry, I got to bring this up because I just learned about
you're
this.
Spoiling the whole set.
Well, because Time Bandits is a film produced by Handbasket Films, which is George Harrison's company. There's a George Harrison song for Time Bandits.
Oh, fuck
Wow.
So we got to do that too.
Hell yeah.
So it's called Dream Away.
Say the
Anyway.
word. I'll fucking do it in a heartbeat.
Yes, let's do it. All right, musical score. Rate that musical score by John Barry.
This might be a hot take, guys, but if it wasn't for the Shirley Bassey title track, I'd give this like a 3. This score honestly wasn't even that. I can't hum a single tune. Yeah, and that's like one of the worst musical pieces for a scene. Yeah, sure. Like that's a good motif.
Let's all hold hands, guys. All right, Andy, reach up. Cool. Now we're holding hands.
I don't know, man. I'd give it a. I because of the Shirley Bassey score, I'm gonna give it a 6.
Okay.
I love that song. It's one of my favorite Bond openings of all time. Not the actual opening scene, but the opening musical sequence.
Yes.
I love it, and it's perfect song, perfect visuals, tremendous.
And it syncs up nicely with Zardoz.
Oh yeah.
All right, Mario.
Yeah. So I mean, it's one of those things like, you know, unlike Andrew, like I feel like I do I recognize a lot of motifs. You know, with the hand holding song and certain things like that. Like if you put this album on for me and I just listen to it, like aside from the title track, I'd be like, I know what movie this is from. You know, it's got its own identity. So for that, I think I'm just going to give it a solid 7. I think it's fine. It's nothing tremendous, but it's good. It's a bit of nostalgia for me, just because of how much I love this film as a goofy Bond film.
You mean this soundtrack?
There it is.
Beautiful.
Indeed. So I actually like spinning this vinyl because the soundtrack on its own is fine. There's just not a lot to it that's good.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, Mario. What did you give it?
A 7.
A 7. You guys are being generous to it, I think. You know what? I'll boost it. I was gonna give it a 3.5, but I'm gonna give it a 4.
Okay.
Damn.
Diamonds Are Forever as a song slaps hard.
Facts.
It is a 9.5. It's
love that
probably
song.
no. It's a 10. It's a 10 as a song.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not the whole soundtrack.
No.
And because of that, it's the when Bond meets Tiffany, you got that nice like loungy version of down.
I wish there was more of that.
But it's only good for like a minute,
Mm.
and it goes on for too long. All of Barry's themes are very repetitious in a bad way. For example, the
I freaking
see, and it's like, what is this piece of music?
see.
You know?
That's the thing.
Though
with
I
me.
love that art. Look at that art. That's sorry, it's reflective.
No, it is
There.
gorgeous. I fucking love that too. No, it's just like the motifs they were trying to do. I wish they did more of the Shirley Bassey sample. At least the melody, let's like drag it out some more in the movie, especially like the Blofeld reveal. Like, hello, Mr. Bond. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that would be sick as shit. And like, I need an earworm. I need a melody that is an earworm that sticks with you all day long. Unfortunately, this movie didn't do that for me. And it sucks because Goldfinger's like that for me. I love Goldfinger.
Yeah, I think Goldfinger works a little bit better as a melody you can interpret.
Oh, big time. Big time. God, it's so good.
But I prefer Diamonds Are Forever as a song to Goldfinger myself.
Oh, yeah. The actual Goldfinger song, not as big of a fan as many other people. It's a good song, but
I do love it.
I'm not enamored by it like I am Diamonds Are Forever. Like, I can listen to that and like on a bicycle, you know.
I think one of the things that I like about the song Diamonds Are Forever so much, which is definitely a conversation that you and I have had, Andy, is because it's in the key of B minor.
Mm-hmm. And B minor is a sexy key. Rocks. It is a sexy
key. And a sad key. It just works for so much.
It's a very lavish key where it can be used for all genres of music.
All right, well, let's move on from the score, gentlemen. All right. And let's give scores to the film. Andy, you want to go first?
Diamonds Are Forever. I said in the very beginning of the podcast that I don't agree with the Rotten Tomatoes critics nor the audience. I think they undercut it a little bit too much. They were expecting a lot more from this movie, and with hindsight being 2020, and we have all the Bond films, this will kind of be middle of the road, maybe in the upper middle of the road. I'd give it a 7.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to go over there. You're gonna give it a 7?
I give it a 7. Yeah.
Okay.
7.5. I changed my mind. 7.5.
7.5. Okay.
Yeah. 7.5.
Justify it in 15 seconds.
7.5 just because of the comedic timing, the comedic side characters, specifically the cool fight scenes, especially the Bambi and Thumper one. I thought they were super agile for the time. And just overall, Sean Connery just being Sean Connery. I'm boosting it up 5 points.
Okay. 0.5 points.
0.5. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. Mario, what are you giving it?
So yeah, I really do have a special place in my heart for this movie, man. Like, you know, as campy as it is, as ridiculous it can be at times, and the connection to the other movies, I try not to think about that. I try to think of it as a sequel to Her Majesty's. I think of it as its own movie by itself. I have fun every time I watch it, man. And
I'm sorry, out of Connery curiosity, would it make it more enjoyable if you imagine it as a sequel to You Only Live Twice?
Say that again?
Would it make it more enjoyable thinking of it as a sequel to You Only Live Twice?
Oh, no. I'm saying the opposite.
No?
I think of it as its own film. Because as a connection to that movie, it's a slap in the face.
No. To You Only Live Twice, not to Majesty's.
You Only Live Twice, sorry.
Because Majesty's is even a masterpiece, but You Only Live Twice is goofy, and it's like a good goofy precursor to Diamonds. You know what I mean? They're equally goofy.
I don't know, because I've done a marathon where I've seen them back to back, and it feels too different.
Okay.
It feels way too different. Like,
just curious.
Yeah, I don't know if that would work in my heart. But like, yeah, but it's by itself. I enjoy it. It's fun. Sure, it's the last Bond movie for Connery, but you know, a lot of fun one-liners, fun characters. So I'm going to give it a solid 007. I think it's fine. It's not the best, but I enjoy the hell out of it.
Oh yeah. Oh damn! It doesn't let me keep the 007.
Ah, poop.
All right. Well, I'm going to give it a 4.5.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
I'm sorry to go so much lower than you guys in all of these, but I don't love this movie. It's kind of a chore to get through. So yeah, I disagree with the critics. I'm going lower with them.
Damn.
I don't. There's some things I really love. I do love Winton Kid. They're a blast. I do love Charles Gray. He's a blast. I love Jill St. John. She's gorgeous and she's funny. And I love Sean Connery. And I love the elevator stunt specifically. That's a great one. But all in all, this movie just drags in a lot of places that bring it down, you know? Also, another thing in the sexiness is a lot of this cast is so old. You know what I mean? Like, this is comparable to, like, A View to a Kill, you know? So, I don't know. I think it's not one of my favorite Bond films. 4.5.
Understood.
So, yeah. All right, that brings us on to our last rating, Mario.
The man
tell us
himself, Sean Connery. The reason we do this podcast, sure, Sean Connery. Let's get his performance out of 10 points. Andy, what do you give Mr. Connery in this film?
I give Mr. Connery a 6.5. he's trying, but he's not trying at the same time. It's weird because he doesn't have to try because he's Sean Connery. He just does. And his mannerisms are just like built into his DNA. He's always going to be smooth and suave. But I feel like he lacks that, not the swagger. I don't know if that's the right word, but he lacks that, like, I don't know, like confidence, I think the word is, from Goldfinger, Dr. No, Thunderball. Like, I don't know. This feels like he's getting a paycheck and not filming a cool spy movie. But, like, I'm still going to, like, 6.5 is a little generous because he's Sean Connery. And this is, I don't know where you guys would define Sean Connery's prime, but this is, in my opinion, prime Connery.
Okay.
Mario?
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, I feel like he doesn't feel like James Bond a lot in this movie. Like, in the beginning, like, you know, him with M and everything, you know, to be like, okay, this seems like prime Bond, but like the whole movie, I don't know, it's like more of like a detective movie somewhat, but doesn't feel like a James Bond situation. It just feels different. Like, yes, you could put him in the same white dinner jacket walking around a casino, but it still doesn't hit the same way it did originally. I think he has some pretty decent comedic timing. This is probably the funniest we've seen him as James Bond. So I think with that being said, I think I'm just gonna sit him at a 6.
Alrighty. Resume share. Okay, 6. Come on. There we go. All right. Well, I am going to give him. This is the one where I'm gonna surprise you guys.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna give him a 7.5.
Whoa.
Oh!
He's really good in this movie. He doesn't want to be there, but he's doing a good job. You know what I mean? He is still bringing his professionalism. He is a consummate professional. He is getting a big paycheck. He's putting it towards a cause that he firmly believes in, and he's hanging out with beautiful women, eating good food in Las Vegas.
That's a pretty good time.
Sounds like a good time to me, you know?
Yeah.
And he's already very wealthy.
Yeah, what'd you say?
So-
1.5 mil for this movie?
1 and a quarter.
Jesus.
So
That's
in
insane.
1971. So I can imagine he was having a good time, you know?
Nice.
So that's why
Goddamn.
I'm giving him a 7.5 in this, and he's bringing that kind of he's charismatic in this, you know.
Yes.
So
Very.
yeah, that's my thoughts.
All right.
7.5. So let's go through our averages. Our average SH is a 4. Our average sexy is a 6.6666666. Points.
Hell yeah, brother.
7. Excuse me. It's a pretty sexy film, I guess. Musical score 5.66667. It's not a great score. Some good stuff in it, but it comes in at all the wrong times. Our film rating is a 6.33333. Not bad. Our average Sean rating is a 6.66667. And our total Sean rate. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not sharing my screen.
It's all right.
Forgive me. Our total Sean rating. Andrew, we've incorporated this rating, which takes the average of all the averages.
Wow.
And
So
it's
it's
5.
So it's just Sean. Everything Sean.
It's just where everything falls into place. And this is a 5.8666667.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Goldfinger
What
Sean
was
is
our
fucked.
highest? Was our last one? It was Highlander. Or no, The Rock 8.92, Indiana Jones 9.26. What was Highlander was 9.15. So pretty damn good.
Yes.
All right, but that oh boy, that means an exciting time is upon
All
us.
right, guys, that was our review and scores of Diamonds Are Forever, meaning we're going to wrap up here by doing one last thing. Of course, we have to go over to wheelofnames.com to find out what film we are reviewing next by spinning the Wheel of Curiosities. And typically, when we have a guest, we typically like to give them the honor of spinning the wheel.
Oh
And
my goodness.
I'm glad, as sad as I am that Kyle is not here to join us, I'm glad that we now don't have to make you guys fight to the death to decide who's going to spin the wheel.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
right?
thank God, because he'd win. He'd win.
Yeah.
I have
However,
control.
you guys can't use your hands or your feet. You have to figure out how to kill each other
Exactly.
without hands or feet. And it also worked out like that last time when we had Preston and Tess. Preston had to leave early, so Tess spun the wheel. So it's
There
kind of
you go.
worked out. No one's had to fight for the wheel yet.
Look at that.
So we've got our list here
Yeah.
of what we got left. Mario, what are you hoping to see? What are you not hoping to see? Andrew, what are you hoping to see? What are you not hoping to see?
I would love to see Highlander 2, only because that movie is atrocious, and I would love to see you guys review that.
Have you seen
Oh,
it?
yeah.
I watched
seen it?
I watched it on a display television when I was working at Radio Shack.
Damn.
It was on like one of the weird movie channels. But
Okay.
I'm
What
very
don't you
much-
want us to watch?
What don't I want you to watch? I mean,
Yes.
also that, but let me see.
Mario, how about you?
I kind of want to
Bath
see.
would be crazy.
Yeah, I kind of want to see League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. We've got a good guess
And-
for that one, too, I think.
Yeah, and then don't want to see Thunderball or Never Say Never Again because I'm not ready for another Bond since we already took one
No, we
down.
need a little break.
I like those.
We only
spread
got
out.
2 left.
Yeah, so and they're going to be double shots
Together.
Because,
Yeah.
Oh
so,
man.
So yeah, those are my 2 choices.
Let's go, boys.
All right.
I want Time Bandits.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I really want to watch Time Bandits. I could go for a fun one. I mean, we just watched a fun one, but I could go for one that it's fucking Terry Gilliam, so you know it's gonna be actually funny, you know, as opposed to like the awkward comedy of this movie,
Yeah.
where jokes are not really jokes; they're just things that are funny,
Yeah.
yeah, unintentionally, probably. And I don't want Hell Drivers or Lilacs in this. No, you know what? I do want Hell Drivers because we're getting Chris on that one, right?
I think so.
I don't want Lilacs in the spring.
Okay.
So I'm going to shuffle it up. Mario, you tell me when.
All right. Are we saying this to Andrew to spin?
Yes, but I have to shuffle it first.
Okay. All right. Stop. This is a big honor, Andrew.
Copy link.
Oh my god, I am so excited right now. I'm
Chat.
sweating.
There you go, bud. I just sent it to you. Open up your Zoom chat.
All right, boys.
Okay.
Oh my god.
All right. So.
Oh my god.
One.
Okay. Wait. Hold. Wait.
So,
We got to do the chant. We got to do the chant here.
yeah, we gotta let Andrew know. You've listened to the show before, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's all do the chant.
So-
Ready?
So we got to do
We
the.
say it at the same. We summon the spirit of the
wheel
of
curiosities.
Tarzan's Greatest Adventure.
Let's go.
Alrighty. Tarzan's Greatest Adventure. I don't care. You can hit remove. You can hit remove.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know how
Oh.
much I care about that,
Hey, I mean,
Dude,
but
I'm stoked
we'll
for
watch
you
it, I
guys.
guess.
we went to the
I
50s
have
for
the
this one,
DVD
man.
here.
Is
Yeah,
that
this
that's
is gonna
an
be
older film.
Yes, let me share my
1959.
screen here. So this is between
Oh, let me stop sharing.
Darby O'Gill. No, it's not. Right before Darby O'Gill. Oh, I'm sorry. Darby O'Gill was 59. I'm sorry. 59, excuse me. So not 57. So Tarzan's Greatest Adventure. He plays O'Banion.
Oh Christ.
Film number 47.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
I'm ready for it, man.
Me
So,
too.
All right. So, guys,
I purchased a DVD copy from Amazon when we started this podcast.
well, look at that. We're going to get our money's worth, I'm sure.
It's all come together.
I
But
hope
guys,
so.
thanks
Too
for
bad we don't
listening.
get Connery as Tarzan.
Yeah, pity. Maybe one day.
Sorry.
He's still
Pity.
acting, isn't he? So, guys, yes,
What?
this.
He's dead.
Yes, Dylan, it's a joke.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. One more thing.
Yes.
One more thing. The actor who plays Bert Saxby is Bruce Cabot. He played Jack Driscoll in King Kong, 1933.
Well, look at that.
Oh, that's dope, actually.
That's your
There's our
gorilla connection. But yeah, so guys, this was
Zambora.
Diamonds Are for fuck's sakes.
What? Diamonds are for kiss kiss.
Let me try one more time. Whew, 4 hours. Okay. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen,
sorry,
this was
guys, I'm
this.
sorry.
Okay, like Dylan, let me just please fucking deliver this line so I can go eat dinner. Go to the bathroom. Anyways, guys, this was Diamonds Are Forever. What a blast it was to have Andy Leams finally on the show. Tremendous
Thank
time.
you, boys.
But, brother, do you have anything you want to plug, promote, or talk about
Please do.
before we say goodbye?
Yeah, I would love to plug another podcast, another pod show, if you will, where Connery Curious co-host Mario Lima joins myself and my brother Kyle Lima as we review some of the best and worst shows in the history of professional wrestling. The show is called Wrestling's Real. You can look it up on YouTube at Wrestling's Real. No little asterisk. I mean, asterisk. Apostrophe. You can also find it by just looking up Wrestling's Real with an apostrophe. So yeah, we're doing the Royal Rumble 2014, and I'm very excited for that show.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
If I may, real quick, I did try to search it. Wrestling's Real, so it comes up with a lot of like YouTube videos that are like people trying to prove that it is or isn't or whatnot. So I would add Wrestling's Real podcast to your search, folks, so that you can find my good friends here. Because the podcast is good.
Algorithm's
it's worth
weird as
listening
shit.
to.
The algorithm's so weird.
So just make sure you add podcast to your search.
Thank you, boys.
Otherwise, you might go down an entirely different rabbit hole.
Exactly. We'll probably link that. We'll link the show in the notes in the bottom here and our all other stuff like that. But guys, that's gonna do it for us here at Connery Curious. Sean Connery will return in Tarzan's Greatest Adventure. Until then, I've been Mario Lima.
I've been Dylan Titus.
And I am Andrew Lima.
And as always, folks,
be sure to stay curious.
Yes.
You've been listening to Connery Curious, a Titus Compositions and Friggin' Nerds Media podcast. Follow us on Instagram and YouTube at Connery Curious for updates, memes, and episode clips. You can also visit Dylan on Instagram at Titus Compositions to hear other podcasts and original music, watch music videos, or even pick up a great vinyl record. For more discussion about your favorite films, comics, and games, and a network for all things nerdy, visit me, Mario, at Friggin' Nerds Media. You can rate, review, and share the podcast in-app, which helps us grow the show and reach other curious Connerys out there. Thanks for spending time with us. Have a great day, and remember, stay curious.